Good morning. How's it going? How's everyone doing on this lovely, cold, damp, dark morning? It's 11 degrees in the room I'm sitting in. Celsius. I don't know Fahrenheit, but like 0 is freezing, so I don't know. Work it out, I guess. I don't know. Body temperature is. God, what is body temperature? 32 point something degrees, right? Anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. I'm opening my one free daily chest thingy, and oh, look at that, I got some random crap. Good-o. Good-o. We're gonna jump more or less straight in and just get warmed up here. Because I feel that's the best way to get started, to just hop in and get... I have to warm my brain up, because it is the morning and I've barely spoken to anyone or done anything today. Except having conversations with myself in the mirror. We all do that, right? We have long conversations with ourselves, right? It's not just me. Hopefully not. Have a drink of your tea. Gotta hydrate. Oh, yes, that's lovely. Have a nice, big cup of tea. Yorkshire tea. I get Yorkshire Gold. It's the slightly more expensive one, but I like to treat myself to some good tea. I've got one of those really, the big cups that are like the size of 2 cups of tea. Like the Sports Direct mugs. Although this is an unbranded mug that just says super size. I got one of those. Maybe like, well, for a normal cup of tea, I might have like 2 teaspoons of honey, but maybe this one 3 teaspoons. Because it is a much bigger cup. And some nice whole milk. Wow. Okay, this is mostly battleships and destroyers and one cruiser. I am going to probably be swinging left. But first I'm going to bring my guns to bear to the right here. And I'm probably going to come alongside this island somewhat and then poke my head out in that direction. So I'll just give my teammates some indication of what way I'm going to be going by turning somewhat.
Good luck, everyone.
I wish everyone good luck. My guns are already kind of on that side anyway. I'm in the Colorado here. I'm doing my dailies. It's always a good thing to just start on your dailies immediately. So, oh, you know what? I should press play on that. I have a little stream preview where I can just make sure it's running, and I had it paused. The Renown wants to warn us about A. Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, they have a Colorado too. Good for them. Hopefully I won't have to engage it. This is nice. Nice relaxing start to the day. Alright, here we go. Well, we got Ismail and a Connecticut, and I have been spotted. I mean, that's going to be the destroyer that's in A. There he is. The Tash Kent over there. Way over there. I mean, hell, he's moving so slowly, and he's kind of coming to a stop that I might just be able to hit him right now. Maybe, or not. We'll see. I wonder if the Ismail is going to shoot at me. No, he's looking at someone else. Oh, I did! I hit that destroyer. Not the best rounds to be using against a destroyer. God, look at that. Those 2 destroyers are fighting. What have we got here? A sign-up and a friendly Renown and a Peter Heinrich or whatever his name is. Honestly, given what's going on here with where our guys are, I would be reasonably happy hanging out. It does kind of look like one of those guys is leaving. The Heinrich is leaving, and it looks like the sign-up are leaving as well. I'm not entirely sure why, because there is enough of us here to really engage the enemy. If we could see them, that's the big problem. We just can't see them. I mean, yeah, okay, there's that destroyer over there, but our destroyer should be dealing with that. He's way over there. I need to see their battleships, and they're coming this way. They're back there, but they're also over here. There's that one battleship we saw that must be... There he is. Whoa, who fucked him up? He's basically out of my range, and because he's turning away, those shots are all going to miss. But I wasn't the only guy that fired on him, so he's not long for this world. Yeah, there you go. Good job, sign up. Alright, so that was the guy. I think it's time to push forward.
All forces.
Maybe not push forward as aggressively as this sign-up is doing, but you know what? I'm not leaving this guy out in the cold. I'm gonna help him out. If he just ran forward on his own, that wouldn't be the best, but let's try firing on this Connecticut. It's going to be tough, though. You know what? I do kind of want to slow down, because if I swing too far right, like the Bayan and everyone else is going to be able to hit me. That said, there is a Mutsu in B in the middle of it round there, so maybe I will push forward. It'll give the enemy more people to shoot at, you know? I wonder if I should glide on in here with the sign-up. Oh, but then here's another battleship. Here's yet another battleship arriving to give us some problems. And he's firing on me, of all people. Well, at least I hit him. Took out one of his guns. Yeah, this is going to be a real battleship brawl. And it does not help that two of our teammates, the fucking Heinrich over there, like, he's just gone to the back of the map. What the hell is he doing? And the Renown is, you know, he's in range. He's doing all right, but I gotta say, that Heinrich just went to the wrong side of the map. It seems like he's not interested in playing the game. This Kara C. I'm gonna call him Kara. Can't pronounce it. Yeah, it's a shame our destroyer got killed and wasn't able to deal with this destroyer, and so now he's able to come in and hunt us. I'm hoping some of these destroyers over here are going to be able to do something about that, because he can just keep firing torpedoes in at us unmolested here. There's nothing stopping him. Nothing at all. All we can really do is lay into some of these guys and hope we take them out before they take us out. There's just a lot of them. Why is this destroyer firing his guns? I guess because he can, and he's just laying torpedoes into the sign-up. The sign-up is dodging them. Oh, we've got torpedo planes coming in now from this from the Connecticut, which can launch planes. Not ideal. I'm just gonna let everyone know that this little group of us here does need some assistance.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Yeah, I'm sure there are torpedoes. That's not ideal. Let me just get these shots fired off. Alright, see, we do have a certain amount of cover here, but it's not ideal. Why is the Heinrich pointing at that guy? Like, look at yourself, my man. Look at yourself, dog. Right. You know what? I'm going to swing hard to starboard here. Because I cannot keep engaging where those torpedoes are coming from. That's just a bad move. That battleship has laid smoke, or to be more accurate, the destroyer that's hanging out with him, this guy over here, has laid smoke. So we're going to swing this way. This Connecticut has been having a good time for a while now with no one firing on him, but that's going to change. Part of my changing course is to try and avoid torpedoes as much as possible. And also, I need to get into cover. You know, I've lost half my health. Putting on a repair isn't the most ideal thing I can do right now, but it's what I am going to do. Yeah, it's not great. Like, I'm showing my broadside off to the Connecticut and he's hammering into me, but there's only so much one can do when one's on one's own, practically. And what happened to my buddy? Did he sink? Yeah, so he sank as he was trying to retreat.
Problem solved, sir.
I might be able to dodge some of these torpedoes, maybe two of them. I'm definitely going to get hit by one of them, though. There we go, I got hit by one of them. I can get one more volley off on the Connecticut, and then I'm going to be behind her. But what have we got here? 3.8 kilometers. The Bayan is well within secondaries range here. And this will be the end for me, I think, especially because we have this other destroyer that just peeked over, as if to say, hey, buddy, I just fired a bunch of torpedoes at you. And the other Colorado got me. Yeah, the enemy team really trounced us there. I'm not sure what we could have done better. I do think, and I don't often, look, I don't like to be negative and complain, but look at this guy. at the very, 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 very corner of the map. Literally continuing to drive off the edge of the map. At the absolute wrong end of the map. Nowhere near the battle. Like, why would you do this? What's tactical? Like, I don't understand. Why would he do this? I've never actually seen people do this. I mean, yeah, occasionally ships will go in the wrong direction and hang back when they should press forward a bit. But I've never actually seen a ship just literally go, like, unless it's an aircraft carrier, you know, just go to the very back of the map. And he did this a while ago. Like, he was over there with us at the start, and then he asked one of our colleagues to help him, and then turned around and ran away. This is really weird, man. This is really bizarre. But it was a cool map, though, with, what was it, 5 battleships on either side. That was pretty neat. It was a nice battleship brawl. Shame about that one guy that just... Because it's sad because, like, it's an entire battleship taken off the board, right? Like, he's there sending out alerts, highlighting people. I'm not sure why. Because you're just sat back there doing nothing. It's sad because, like, that's a whole teammate that was taken off the board intentionally. It's weird. But this was kind of a cool little match. I liked brawling in here a bit. I liked dodging the torpedoes. We never did take out their destroyers, which was a shame. I mean, we've still got a guy over here doing the work, trying to do his job, and he's doing a fine job of it. This skein over here is trying to annoy them. But sadly, they were over on the other side of the map when we were being harassed earlier. But that's life, isn't it? That's life. Alright, you know what? I think I'll quit out of this one. I was kind of really curious to see what would happen to that guy in the corner. I mean, this cruiser is chasing him down. But yes, it's wild. It's wild that he's just kind of back there. Mr. Boys, it's very strange. Very strange. I kind of want to hang around and see what happens to him, but what is going to happen is this Renown is going to get sunk shortly, right? And our destroyer will probably get sunk because he is being aggressive and doing his job and engaging the enemy. He's not trying to run and hide. So he'll get sunk. And then the last guy alive is going to be this guy, who has just started firing his guns and turning on his sonar. Not sure why. Like, why... It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But look, I don't want to just complain about random people doing weird things. Let's just move on. That was a bizarre... I've never seen that before. Alright, cruiser time. I have to do a daily in a 7. I'm going to bring out my Cherbourg. I don't know how to pronounce Cherbourg. The subtitles are really doing the work, trying to figure out what word I'm saying. Cherbourg, 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 Cherbourg. Yeah, that's about as close as you're going to get. It's a French cruiser with battleship guns, only on the bow, only at the front of the ship. So if you're pointing at the enemy, you've got all your main guns pointing at them, which is nice because you never have to be worried that, like, oh, well, if I'm not broadsiding, if I'm bow on, some of my guns can't fire. No, all your guns can fire. But you do have to remember, yeah, you have battleship guns, but you're a cruiser. So you are quite, killable. You don't have all that fancy armor and beefiness of a real battleship. But you do have, you're quick, you're nippy, you're speedy, it's easier to turn, it's easier to maneuver. Which could be helpful on this map with all of the little islands and things. I am going to swing right here, and I'm going to hope that some of my team come with me. What's this? ARP? Oh, it's a Musashi. Okay, yeah. It's a very fancy-looking Musashi, who is coming my way, thankfully. Right, I'm going to swing this way, and I'm going to get behind this rock over here, hopefully before the enemy catch up with me. And we're going to see what happens. We have a screening destroyer, the Minigumo here. Very good. He's going to be off out there, hopefully generally sticking around where I am, although he did just turn away. But I would like him to be over here because they do have a number of destroyers. Kitakaze and Elbing and then Akizuki. I can't pronounce any of these things. But yes, there's a lot of battleships in this match. There's only 4 cruisers total, including the enemy team. Yeah. And while I can certainly shoot at battleships, I really have to make sure they don't shoot me, you know? So let's just drop down to half speed here as we park ourselves behind here, because there must be at least 1 destroyer over here, if not 2. We know that one of their destroyers is on the other side of the map. That's all well and good. Yes, and the other 2 are over here. And here's a cruiser. I could mess this cruiser up if he comes out of cover. I kind of don't want to come out of cover until he does, because ideally... Oh yeah, he's moving out. Let's move forward a bit so we can get a shot off on him. But really, there are 2 destroyers out here, and a battleship, and a cruiser, so I definitely want to get my guns out, fire on this guy, and then reverse again before I'm hit by something else. Alright, there he is. Hello! You're laying smoke? Alright, well, I've got a 20-odd second reload, so I don't really care. I hit his citadel and did 18,000 damage. Good-o. I'm out of here. Just going to send a request for backup, because I just want the team to know, like, things are popping off over here, and there aren't many of us over here, and so, you know, like, we're going to need some help kind of thing. I'm hiding because these destroyers are, like, right out there. I wouldn't be surprised if they've already fired a volley of torpedoes over this way, thinking that maybe I'd start moving forwards. Best I can do is just wait. My guns are in a reasonable spot to fire on this guy again if I just move forward a bit when he reappears. The smoke is hiding me from him as well as him from me. Acknowledged. He's been spotted. That could be anything. That could be a battleship. It could be the cruiser. It could be anything.
We've been spotted.
Right. Oh, he's firing on me. Look at that. Fire on me again. Yeah, that was a fair bit of damage there. Do that again. I'll try and shoot at him this time if he fires again. Okay. He fired again. He's probably going to see that I fired. Oh, and this guy's going to hit me as well with torpedoes, I imagine. Especially because I wasn't moving. Definitely going to hit me with torpedoes. Alright, so they've done a fair amount of damage. I cannot keep fighting them like this. Oh, that was a good shot. He can't even see me, and he's hitting me over the island. This guy's good. All I can do is repair and just hide for a bit. There's not really a lot I can do over here. It is basically me and this battleship, and this battleship currently isn't really being concentrated on. It's me that's being concentrated on. These enemy destroyers are getting closer and closer, and there's nothing I can do about it. This is very concerning, and the bulk of our team and the bulk of their team are fighting on the other side of the map, and these are friendly destroyers. It would really be useful if we could get at least 1 destroyer over here to help us out, but it's not looking good, is it? And now we have a battleship. That was that battleship. I mean, I could just fly out here, guns blazing. They're pretty slow reload, you know, but I could be maneuvering and dodging and spotting for the enemy and stuff. I love that the guy on the other side of the map that has the whole team backing him up is requesting support. No, fair enough. But I'm going to wait 25 seconds, use one of my repairs here. Let me see. Yeah, because this guy seems to be doing okay. He's not getting the crap kicked out of him just yet. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of damage, but not too bad. I'll wait another 12 seconds. I'll use my repair. And then, for better or for worse, I will fly forwards at high speed and just do what can be done. Perhaps get behind that rock if I can. But I don't know, something. I'll do something. Actually, what if What if I reverse, do a 3-point turn here and fly out in this direction and use these rocks as cover? It does mean that a lot of the enemy over there will be able to see me. Maybe that's a bad idea because I open myself up to being hit from both sides of the map. Maybe I should just go forwards because I could really fly forwards here. Oh, well done. One of our destroyers sank one of their destroyers. Oh, I've been spotted. Alright, engine boost on. I don't know who saw me. But I'm just going to ask this guy for backup so he knows I'm moving in. I'm just going for it. I'm probably going to get sunk. But, alright, here we go. Here we go. Laying smoke again, are you? Alright, well, you know what? I'm pretty maneuverable. Look at that. Look at that. You missed. Ah, he got him.
Nice work.
Nice. Alright, and that Elbing is over there doing something else. So if I can maneuver a bit and try to avoid getting shot too much. Hell, if I can even get behind some of these rocks and get closer. I have also turned my engine boost on. That would be great. I know that they can see me right now because of the destroyer that's back there. Get my guns off on this guy. Try and avoid getting hit because, oh, again, he is a battleship, and I can't just take on a battleship. But okay, this is going well so far. Our team are winning. They've cleaned up nicely on the other side of the map for the most part. It could still go either way. We are a little bit spread out, and I don't know how much health our team has. Like, just by numbers, it looks like we're winning, but you never know. I'm going to keep myself hidden here as much as possible. There's no point in swinging out and just letting the guy see me necessarily. So if I can do this, this is a good comeback. This is a good redemption arc for this little Sherborg. So, to recap, we have no more enemy destroyers. They got them all. There is an enemy battleship behind this rock. Possibly inside the smoke, but he was steaming off in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised to find him over there. I wouldn't mind getting closer. I have this wonderful battleship behind me who really has had my back this whole time. I'm in a cruiser, mind you, and I could definitely get slaughtered by this battleship if I'm not careful. I'm not going to be careful. I'm just going to go for it. I was, like, turtling too much earlier on. I feel good about it, though. Like, yeah, I was being careful, but if I hadn't been careful, I'd have been blown out of the water a long time ago, and I wouldn't be of use to my team now. So there can be an advantage. Hello. Oh, he's just gone out of gun range. Can't quite hit him. But I can see him and he can't see me right now, which is nice. We also have a friendly destroyer who is really running straight at him. Who is that? The Le Fantastique. That's what I'm going to say. That's how that's pronounced. Alright. Okay, our speed boost is almost run out, but that's all well and good. I could theoretically kind of stay out of his visual range. I think he's going to focus on me, right? Because if you look at the minimap, I'm the guy he's going to be able to see in a second. And he is pointing his guns my way. And I am definitely someone he would like to kill, and definitely someone he could kill. Alright, come on, come on. I just want to get a shot off. He's turning to his starboard. He's turning away from us. Alright, let's spin it around a little bit. Spin it around. Wiggle that way. That was a feint. I'm actually turning this way. Oh, he's fired. He's fired. He's fired. And that was a good shot on his part. Okay. Guns are coming back around. The question now is, can we kill him off and win before I sink? A couple more shots. I have these battleship guns, so they take 25 seconds to reload. Okay, I did hit him a little bit, but he's wiggling as well. And we have another battleship moving in. An enemy battleship. Oh, over there. The Tirpitz. Not ideal. Ah, he set me on fire. He switched to
The ship is on fire.
flamey rounds, has he? Well. As we get closer to each other, he's definitely going to have improved gunnery. You know what? I'm going to use my repair, because why not? Why not? And I'm just going to try and keep my bow pointed at him generally to try and take a little less damage. As long as the Tirpitz doesn't start firing on me. Oh, the Tirpitz has started firing on me. Look at this, he's turning at me now. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the turpits firing on me. Let me just let the team know I'm kind of screwed. If these torpedoes hit, we'll be alright. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, we won't be alright because the turpits has full health and is focusing on me at this point. So I'm probably going to die here to this turpits. He knows he can focus on me. Although, actually, if I don't fire my guns, he can't see me. Might as well use my engine boost. Screw it, why not? Yeah, I don't have to shoot at this guy. I can just chill out at this point and wait until he dies. Because we do have 3 friendly battleships back here. The Bismarck, the Delaware, and the Musashi. So a real mix of nations coming in to take on turpits here.
Good show.
It's a good game, everyone. I don't want the turpits to spot me. I wonder if he's fired any torpedoes. I know he has torpedoes. I'm not sure what the range of them are. Surely he won't have fired them at such crazy range at a ship he can't see.
I owe you one. Nice work. That was a great battle. Nice work.
It's a good time to have a nice cup of tea. Oh, there we go. Game over. Oh. That's some good tea. There we go. I wasn't the worst player. I wasn't the best player. But I wasn't the worst. I was up there in the top. What was that 3, 4, 5? I was technically in the top 5. You can't take that away from me. Oh, we still have to get a win in this Colorado, and then we'll start branching out. Let me open this crate here. Yeah, we'll ooh, a commander crate. Let's let this thing load so we can witness it opening. It's so slow on the Xbox. Everything in this game loads so slowly on the Xbox, man. It's so slow. Look at this. It's still thinking about loading a ship in. Yeah, I'm going to be playing destroyers, aircraft carrier, cruisers, battleships. I like to mix things up, you know. All right. Wait, are you... We still have the loading thing. There we go. Who did I get? Oh, Andrew Cunningham. I like Cunningham. Yeah, let me have a look at Cunningham. Yes, I know. I was really hoping you would take me to him instead of just telling me that. Because I want to... I think I have... Yeah, I have him rigged up as Zeus. Right. Yeah, Cunningham is Zeus for whatever reason. What do I need to level him up again? Probably a load of stuff. 7, and I've got 2. I'm never going to get the next level up on this guy. It's never going to happen, is it? I was wondering what it meant when it said, you know, new in the play section. I don't know. Maybe it's this ranked thing. I never look in the ranked. What is even in there? I've never looked in this menu. Oh, look, it's purple. I don't know. I guess you play the game and get a ranking, right? I don't know how it works. Whether you're in like StarCraft tiers or whether it's just like a number. You are the X best in the world. 10,571st or something. I have no idea. Okay, the weather isn't that bad. I mean, it is dull and it is a bit damp and it has been raining and it is cold, but it could be worse. You know, it could be colder. It's not too bad. Admittedly, I am wearing 2 pairs of trousers and 2 hoodies, and I have a blanket and a hot water bottle and a nice hot cup of tea. But it could be worse. You know when it's really cold and your hands freeze up, especially if you're using a keyboard and mouse, you get really cold hands. I built myself I looked around for like a heated mouse, and they do exist, but they're overpriced and kind of crappy looking. So I just made my own. I made my own with a thermal switch, thermal cutoff switch, and some nichrome wire. which was it's quite easy to do. You get some nichrome wire that's the appropriate thickness of wire, and if you've got something that can measure current flow, then you can cut it to the appropriate length so that you're drawing the amp draw that you want to draw on that wire. And yeah, get some what's it called? What's that tape called? Kapton tape. Oh, I'm supporting you, buddy. In fact, I really shouldn't just be ranging towards the enemy. I should be spinning left here. I don't want the enemy to see me first and then all focus on me. I'd rather they spot multiple of us at once. Anyway, you use the because obviously the nichrome wire carries a current, but it's also going to get hot because it's the heating wire itself. So you need to insulate it in some way so that it doesn't short itself out or short any of the components inside the mouse if it happens to touch them, and you should try and keep it away from the components. So what you do is you wrap it in Kapton tape so that and Kapton is like a good thermal conductor, so it's perfectly happy to get quite warm. Good stuff. And it's you know, electrically insulating, so it does the job. You wrap then you wrap some of that around. Yeah, you got these guys, the Amagi and the Nelson. Wrap some of that around around the thermal cutoff switch and have that in line with it. So basically, I think it's 50 degrees Celsius. So basically, the thing just runs on the same power that's powering the mouse, right? USB. These guys are still out of my range, so I can't engage them. There's nothing I can do. And this is exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. I currently have 4 ships shooting at me, and I can't do a damn thing about any of it. This isn't ideal, but thankfully... Oh yeah, I know, there's a cruiser over there. I can't see them, but I'm aware there is a cruiser. Thankfully, he's put smoke up, which means that he can't see me either, which is great, because 4 ships were just firing on me. Alright. Talk about randomly firing. That was really from the hip. Oh, I don't like the look of these torpedo planes on the mini-map. What do you reckon? You think I hit him at all? I don't think so. No. No, I was wildly out. I wonder if this was the guy from before. Look at him, he's not golden. You need help? Dog, I mean, I'm here. Maybe set a smoke screen. There's not a lot I can do. I'm reloading. Maybe I can just maybe barely fire over that hill and hit him. Maybe, but I don't know. Okay, yes, I did scratch him a bit, but we've got a lot of firing coming. We got a lot of people coming this way. It's going to get bad for us really fast. I'm going to try and get behind this rock here, but they really do have the benefit of the weight of so many of their ships right now. Like, who are we going to fire on? There's so many different ships that we could choose from here. Ah, it's tricky, because like it's difficult to hit these cruisers. I'm not saying I wouldn't be able to hit it, but should I hit the Nebraska instead? He's just kind of sat there. He's out of my range. Okay, but this guy isn't. Who is this? I could hit the Lenin just to help out those guys over there, seeing he has very little health. I could try and hit the Lenin. I know you need help. You're ahead of me. Don't worry, I'm coming. Okay, so I incapacitated one of the Lenin's guns at least. If I can help the team on the other side of the map a little bit, and then they can get over here and help us, because we really need more ships assisting us here. We can't do this alone. It looks like the Lenin's screwed anyway. Someone's already got him. But I'll just make sure the job gets finished. I mean, he's flooding or burning anyway. Alright, let's hope that finishes him off, because now we have our own huge problems. Huge problems. I hit the Lenin. Oh, there we go. Lenin's dead. Okay. It's not going to end well for me here, because this Atlantico, he's going to do a 3-point turn here, but I'm the one charging at the enemy, probably foolishly. Probably quite foolishly, but I want to piss them off a little bit. Can I just swing? Oh, I've got so many fires right now. Let's just put those out. I know that's not ideal because they're going to continue to screw me up. I wouldn't be surprised if those cruisers launched some torpedoes. That's what I'd do. If I can keep going in this direction, the Amagi does seem to want to hide from me, which is nice. But there are cruisers behind the island that I can't see. And the Nelson will continue to be able to set me on fire. I knew this was a kind of a bad idea, but what was I going to do? Just hide behind that island? Like, if nothing else, I'm encouraging our team to move out a little bit. And even if I die, I've given a bit of a push, and I am dying here. Oh, sorry. I meant to say good game, not denied. I like to think that my death helped kind of encourage our team to push forward a bit and kind of go on the attack, which is exactly what we need to do here to push these guys back and really start tearing them apart. Like, there goes that Amagi. And this Nelson, if we can really push and engage on these guys. I'm happy with my death. I think it served a purpose. Although our guys are looking pretty torn up here as well. Look at all those health bars. Way at the back there. See, our team are doing quite well on the other side of the map. Like, there's just that Nebraska who's almost dead. But it's a friendly battleship and 2 cruisers who are all the way over here, and so they won't be much use on the other side of the map. Who else are they going against? They've got under... Oh, and the game ended. I never even look at the points. I'm always so focused on what's happening. Victory! You know what that means? You know what that means, besides the fact that I was almost at the bottom in terms of score there? I thought I did okay. Technically, I didn't do a lot of damage, but I thought I did okay in terms of what I was actually getting up to. It means that we can take any ship out that we like now. That's what it means. So I'm thinking ships. I'm leveling up. What do we want to do here? Something that isn't a battleship. How about that? Ooh, what do we want? You know what? I want a cruiser. Show me all my cruisers. Okay, 13 ships. I do like the Fiji, but I've taken it out a lot recently. The Amono. God, I don't even remember anything about this ship. When was the last time I played this ship? Jeez. Good torpedoes, difficult to aim over long distances, and crappy armor. Okay. And yeah, I've clearly not played this ship much, ever. What would it take to level it up? I'm not going to spend 27k on that. Let's just take it out and see what happens. I've not even put a flag on this thing. Wow, I really have not played this ship. I don't even know why I have an anime flag. I have no idea what anime flag. Where did this even come from? This is nice. I like this one. Let's put that on. What can I put on instead of that plane? Yeah, let's try that instead. I don't know. Do you find that the little plane booster thingies and stuff kind of do nothing? Like okay, so this one is so it's an option. It's like either improve your like AA guns or send a fighter up. And I feel like, I don't know if it takes a while for the fighter to launch. Like, when you press the button, is it immediately effective? Or does it actually have to wait for the plane to actually get catapulted and get up to the right? Like, does the game model that out in any way? I feel like this is more useful. The one that's just like, make the guns better immediately. Greetings, Sammy. Greetings, programs. I heard that new Tron film was bad. I didn't want to believe it. I love Tron. Tron was such a good film. And that Tron Legacy was quite good as well. I enjoyed it. And the Daft Punk soundtrack was very good. But when I heard that like Jared Leto was going to be in this new one, I was like, well, nothing he's in is ever good, right? So that was concerning. But I was hopeful, you know. But all the reviews I've seen say it's bad. So I'm concerned. I'll watch it. I don't know. Yay, Neutron, even if it is poor. I don't want to be a downer, though. You should definitely watch the original Tron. And the original Tron was pioneering, of course, for some of its great CGI sequences, but also the vast majority of that film is made like the way that they do the overall kind of like all of the like neon glows on people's clothes and things, and all of the style of that film. They basically filmed it in black and white, and then they took the actual film prints and kind of blew them up, and then had people draw on them. They painted on them, and then they like rescanned that, which is why when you look at them in the film, like their faces are black and white, because they took these black and white film prints. And it's why everything has a slightly you know what, I'm gonna go down the middle, screw it. It's why everything has a slight kind of like every single frame, everything moves slightly and gives it this kind of weird shimmer. It's because it was all done hand by hand, frame by frame, and it's a very unique, cool look. That was a great way of doing it back when they couldn't use CGI for too much. And actually, Tron is the first movie to ever use a fully computer-generated voice. The first film to ever use a fully computer-generated voice. And it was the little dot pixel thing that followed the characters around, and all it said was yes and no. That was it. But that was the first time. That's a cool little Tron fact for you. I don't have many, but I've got that one. I like Tron, man. Back when I was little and used to think the internet was a pipe underground that had lights flowing through it. Weirdly enough, nowadays that's kind of what it is. You know, all fiber optics. But when we used to get TV adverts for the internet, it was always shown as like a big underground pipe with a bunch of lights flying through it, like some kind of wormhole or something. And back then, we didn't even have a computer in the house and weren't even aware of what the internet really was. Like, my parents didn't really know what the internet was. And a lot of people my age didn't, I guess. And so I was just like, I don't know, maybe the internet is pipes underground. Big old pipes. I didn't get the internet until I was 13 or so. I'm slowing down here. Granted, I do have the Higuas coming my way, and also a Bayan seems to be following me. But like, if I go too far ahead, I'm in a little dinky little cruiser here. There's not a lot I can do really. Yeah, I don't need help from you. I'm more concerned about these battleships. So I'm just gonna peek around the corner. Just gonna very slowly peek, and then if it goes poorly, I can hit reverse. I mean, there's going to be someone here. There's going to be someone, right? I don't think the Secure is coming to help me. I think he's just parked in B. I mean, he did just say yes. I'm being extraordinarily careful because, like, ranging down the middle here. All right. Genizer now. How's it going? Now, do you have torpedoes, Mr. Genizer now? I get the impression I'll be dead before I find out. Oh, no, he totally does. He could easily dodge those. And that's a good game from me. Hey, that was a good torpedo spread, though. Look at that. Brat. Goodbye, Genizer now. I helped. There you go. Oh, well, you know. Everyone knows these things but me. Okay, yeah, sure, I have 36 days worth of hours in this game or whatever, but I don't remember anything. Hell, I'll pick a ship, right? And I'll go to the load screen, and I've already forgotten what ship I picked. And I'll ask my buddy, I'll be like, what ship did I pick? What am I doing? I don't remember anything about anything. There are some ships I remember have torpedoes, you know? Some ships. Like this ship, the Aoba. And I remember this has torpedoes because it has torpedoes you can only fire out of your arse. And because it's annoying, I remember it. You really have to turn away from the enemy in this thing if you want to fire torpedoes. But also, this ship is very long. It's a shame the picture isn't loading. These slow-ass Xboxes. It's long and slow to turn, so I usually fail to get my torpedoes off because you have to get pretty close to the enemy in this thing. And then you have to turn all the way around if you want to torpedo them. Ha 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 ha. Ah, I love that you think I know strategy, Sammy. I'm supposed to be kiting. Yeah. I'm supposed to be doing a lot of things. They won't put me in charge in the Navy. I tell you what, the Royal Navy would not put me in charge of anything. Look how long this cruiser is. How long this thing is. You can see its torpedo tubes kind of hiding underneath that gantry there. Right on its arse. Which is why they can't fire in this direction, because they're kind of concealed. They can only fire this way. Anyway, whatever. You're perfectly positioned. Alright, why don't we try the Americans? Yeah, I think... Well, I guess... I never do kite stuff. By kiting, I assume you mean kind of trying to draw them in, generally driving away from them. And I just don't do that very much. I tend to drive at the enemy or parallel with the enemy. I tend to like to push. I don't tend to like to... usually if I'm pointing away from the enemy, I've made some kind of mistake, or there's a very good reason for it. It's a perfectly good and useful and important thing to kite the enemy. I just don't think I'm a good enough player to be doing that very, very effectively. So instead, I just go at the enemy. Which is why I like the Fiji, that cruiser, that British cruiser, because it's very good at just driving at the enemy and dodging left and right to dodge their fire and keep firing her forward guns. You can really close the distance in that thing. Alright, see, this thing doesn't have torpedoes. Ooh, I'm going to head right here because I always enjoy this weird island thingy. And you often get a lot of destroyers over here trying to come through, cut through these rocks and stuff. Yes, Mr. Exeter, I am coming this way. Oh, I've turned a bit too hard there. Yeah, okay, good. I'm happy. We got a lot of our guys coming this way. We got the Texas, the Tennessee, Normandy, as well as the Exeter. Hello, what have we got? Oh, I like an Emerald. An Emerald's a good ship. She's squirrely. She's a fine vessel, is the Emerald. Let's see, because she could dodge out of the way here. Oh, see, she's going faster than I anticipated. Oh, I just hit her in the arse gently. All right, come on now, fellas. You wouldn't fire on a Pensacola now, would you? Oh, turns out they would. All right, swing around. Oh yeah, that'd be great, mate. I'd love to set a smoke screen. Don't have one of those. God, I'm turning so fast I can't actually fire my guns. Right, I have ranged a bit too close to them here. And as a result, I'm getting my arse kicked. Oh yeah, fair enough. It's not necessarily about luring them in, but easy to dodge and change direction. You are right. I tend to do that whilst driving towards them. God, look at this guy. Just as I fire, he's turning left. I'm getting my arse kicked here. I'm being targeted by 4 ships. But I'm the guy they can really see at the moment. You know what I mean? I can't even fire at them because of how hard I'm turning here. Yeah, I'm being targeted by 4 vessels. Alright. Unless they get a really lucky blind shot off, I'll be okay. Naughty Tennessee. We're going to take a moment here to allow our team to push forward and engage. We have these 2 battleships and a cruiser. The enemy are going to want to focus on me because I'm a cruiser that has very little health. So it would be ideal for our team to push forward first to give them more stuff to shoot at. That way I can be more effective. If I poke my head out, I'll die. Pepsi Cola. I'm going to start saying that. You know what I love? There's that one ship, there's that one place in America. Oh, what's it called? Like it's said entirely differently to how it's spelt. It's begins with A or something. It's the name of a state or a city or something. And what's weird is, like, it's basically the name of another place in America with a few letters attached, but pronounced completely differently. Yeah, it's the Arkansas, right? So it's spelt Arkansas, and there's already a place in America called Kansas, but you don't pronounce it Arkansas as it's spelt and as you'd think it would be pronounced, because that's how they say that word. It's pronounced Arkansas for some reason. But I do like calling it the Arkansas just to annoy my friends.
Requesting assistance.
I mean, dog, I would love to assist you. I really, really would.
Acknowledged.
And I will try, but if I poke my head around too much, if it's just you here, because the other cruiser ran away... I mean, do I go for it? Maybe I'll just go for it. I shouldn't just sit around being a boring player, just sitting around. But all these guys... Look, there's a freaking Warspite out here. They're all just waiting for someone to fire on. Alright, I got a couple of my forward guns out on the Warspite at least. I don't know if I'm going to hit him. I scratched him gently.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Torpedoes. Oh man, the Normandy is in trouble and there's nothing I can really do. If I fly out there, it's just going to be suicide. I could try and get behind this. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go for it. Worst case scenario, what? I get sunk and then I just jump into another game.
Good luck and fair seas.
I'm going to wish people good luck and go out shooting. I'm going to launch my little plane for no reason. Just for funsies. I'm not even going to dodge. Come on, Warspite. What are you going to do? Shoot at me? Oh, I'm not going to hit him. I think he's going to avoid that one. Alright, 2 ships are pointing at me. Lovely. Very little health. I did say I wasn't going to dodge, but I changed my mind. Alright, this is where I wanted to be. Hidden behind this rock, with the vast majority of their team on the other side of the rock. Not ideal, but this might give the team behind me a little bit of more of a kind of a... What's the word? Confidence to push forward. If they see another cruiser on the map doing so and moving forward, and then they see like, oh, it must be safe to be where that cruiser is because he's there. So I'm giving my team confidence, like supportive underwear right now. And look at that, the New Mexico killed the New York.
Work.
Not helpful for me, but generally helpful for the team. Now, can I fire on this Tennessee over this very steep hill?
Returning to ship.
Can I? Maybe. I don't know if... okay, yeah. Some of my shots got off there. I'm helping. Yeah, look at that. I hit him. Let me switch to high explosive. I feel like it would be more helpful if I could set someone on fire. I'm not going to armor pierce these guys, really. And not in a way that was going to be particularly helpful. There's the frickin' Warspite. The Warspite refused to be sunk. You need help. Man! Yes, you do need help, Normandy. You most certainly do. Alright, look. We're going to just see if we can get our forward guns on this guy. If I can see him. And just then hit reverse. We're just going to try and get some shots off. There we go. I hurt him a little bit, but I've already got 2 ships engaging me here. I need to reverse. Get what guns I can firing, and then just pray that I don't get hit by a massive volley from something. I would love to set this guy on fire.
Requesting support.
Yeah, I mean, I'm supporting as much as I can, Normandy. I really am. If I do much of anything else, I'll be doomed. Is he firing his guns at me? Kind of looks like he is. Ooh, not ideal. Let's keep reversing. Alright, not too far, not too far. I do still want to be able to get some of my guns out there. I don't know if any of my fire is going to get over this hill right now. Oh yeah, a bit did. A bit did. Come on, start a fire or something. Okay, I'm helping. It's anyone's game. Honestly, I say it's anyone's game. That Tennessee is done for. And it's me now. I'm the only guy over here. Hello! I'm already reversing. Might as well turn on my sonar. I don't think any of them are particularly that close to me, but that guy must be pretty low on health. but if I'm ranged too far forward, I'll just die. There aren't enough of our team left, really. There's only 4 of us. You can't really count me as useful for much. And the rest of our team is spread out so much that they won't really be able to, like, bring their own guns to bear properly. This guy's probably moving in this direction now, going, like, left on the screen. And I don't see him. That's concerning. If those planes are here, there must be someone moving up on us, right? Or it could be him, is he? Is he moving up? Ah, yes. There he is. He could kill me in a volley if he gets a good shot off on me. And these guys might be able to get me over the island. This is a chance I'm taking here to kill this guy. Alright, I've sent a volley off and soundly missed. Don't worry, I'll launch my plane. That'll help. That's a good game from me. I just got one more shot off at him. I got him! Just as... I got one little volley off at him right there. Alright, I've evened the playing field for you guys. Oh. Yeah, we are winning. You're not wrong there. Yeah. Anything could happen, right? I mean, let's have a look. Oh yeah, New Mexico has plenty of health. Ooh, and so does everyone, really. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to get blown out of the water. But I'm curious now. Curious what's going to happen. Curious. How much health do they have? Yeah. We may struggle to sink them just because, like, our team are a bit spread out and there's a lot of opportunity for cover. That New Mexico is going to struggle to engage them if they're using cover to their advantage. Ooh, that Texas is not looking good. If that Texas sinks, it's going to be 2 battleships and a cruiser against that 1 cruiser. That said, you know what? I wonder if are these 2 brawling, perhaps? Yeah, they are. Yeah, the Tennessee is fighting the New Mexico. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We are winning on points, but I don't know. If someone were to get some lucky shots off, like that Warspite killing the Texas just there, you see they've really turned the corner here, and we're still winning on points. But if our guys keep engaging and if they get some like good Citadel hits or some lucky shots or something. No, nice. The Exeter got that Pensacola, so it's still 2v2. How's this stream looking like? Because I'm really zoomed out. Is it okay? I'm on a nice big monitor, full screen, so obviously I can see what's going on. But like, what do you guys even watch on? You guys watch on your phone, your tablet, your smart fridge, your washing machine? Washing machines probably have little screens these days, right? I bet. There must be a washing machine that has a little screen. I bet there's a washing machine with you pull up a browser or something. See, this is what I was concerned about. Yeah, we're winning on points, but man, they picked us off and now it's just this little Exeter. And right now he's surviving because he's in smoke, but I'm really not sure running away was your move here. I think staying behind that rock and being very close so you can torpedo would have been the move. He's trying to get behind this island, I suspect, up here. Get a little distance between him and those battleships. Run down the clock, maybe? I don't know. But at the same time, he can't take these guys on without his torpedoes and hope to win, you know? Oh, it looks fine. You're on phone, but also watch on a 65-inch TV. Nice. My TV isn't 65-inch. I think mine might be 42-inch or something. Yeah, something like that. You got a Warspite chasing you there, buddy. Actually, Warspite, when she was being hauled away to be scrapped, she ran aground and refused to be taken away. Quite close to Exeter. It was down along the coast there, down along the Dovery coast, quite near Exeter. Funnily enough, that was. See, this was the reason I would have said like you should have stayed closer, because that was it's a very difficult thing to hit with torpedoes at that range, especially especially to take off as much health as you would have needed to. Yeah, I would have stayed real close. I don't know if 3 torpedoes would have done the job anyway, I suppose. I shouldn't backseat drive this guy. He's doing a perfectly good job. It's just I don't think he's going to be able to get out of visible range quick enough. He is trying to dodge. He's not firing his guns, so he's definitely trying to hide. He's trying to get as far away as he can so that the Warspite can't see him anymore, so that he runs down the clock and wins on points. Which is a perfectly valid strategy. It's just down to luck now, because if Warspite gets a good shot in and blasts her, it's tough. I don't know what the visual range of an Exeter even is. If I select... if I select the ship, it doesn't show me on the minimap. It would be really handy if it showed me, like, what his current torpedo reload was and, like, what his view ranges and things are. It's a shame that it doesn't show you all that stuff. The Warspite isn't firing on him anymore. He may be out of range now. The other battleship is in A, but that's not going to matter much. So this guy may have won the game right here. I strongly suspect. Yeah. What's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, turn to go straight. Yep. Yeah, okay. I'm confident. I'm confident. I want a 65-inch TV. I don't have a table big enough for it. I actually do. I kind of need a new TV. So I have an LG TV from, I don't know, however many years ago. Maybe it's... Ooh, how many years ago? Maybe like 7 years ago or something. Something like that. And it was like one of the cheapest, like, okay, middle of the road kind of TVs you could get then that had 4K. It was when I bought the Xbox One S, actually. I got the Xbox One S because it had 4K, although technically it doesn't really. Like, yes, it can output in 4K, and you can play 4K Blu-rays on it, but none of the games or anything run in 4K, so that was a bit of a bummer. So there we go. We ran down the clock. With a very smart Exeter there, really making the right choice. Perhaps that was the right choice. I criticised a little bit for not staying close by in the smoke and engaging with torpedoes, but I think 2020 hindsight, good job, Exeter, good job. Yeah, so I got this TV when I wanted to do like the upgrade to 4K, basically, and it was fine. It's a perfectly okay TV. It costs like £600 or something, so like not super expensive or anything. I think it's a 42-inch. I think, yeah, I don't think it's any bigger than that. But the thing is, it turns out LG LED backlit TVs have a problem. And the problem is that for those who don't know how TVs work... Well, let me pick a ship here. Ooh, what to pick? What to pick? What to pick? I like the Orion. I'll pull that out. Okay, so how LCD panels work is, and this will be boring for people who know, but for people who don't know, an LCD panel, all of your pixels are basically, we can set the color of each pixel, but those pixels don't give off any light. So what we do is we put a light behind them shining through, and that is what we actually end up seeing. The light from the backlight shining through the pixels that we've colored. And traditionally, the backlight on a TV was actually done with fluorescent tubes, which is why TVs were a bit thicker, you know, a couple of inches thick and quite heavy and stuff. But these days, we can make them very thin because we can use an LED panel behind those behind the LCD in order to illuminate those pixels. But the problem is, okay, so you have to use a very white light, right? Because if you use a light that's tinted any color other than white, then the color you're getting through the LCD display isn't going to look right. Because if you shine a red light through this thing, it doesn't matter how much green or blue there is on your actual display, you're only going to see red. So it has to be good. It has to be a very pure white for it to display color properly. And the problem with the LG backlit LED stuff is over time the LEDs tend to turn blue They tend to turn bluish. Not like super, 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 super bad, but enough. And so I was having trouble for a while because I started I didn't really notice because I didn't use that TV much anymore. Here we go. Look, we've got an Arkansas back here. Why is that pronounced Arkansas? It's literally Kansas with an A. All right, listen, mate. I'm trying to have a good time here. Anyway, I was having trouble. I started a live stream for like a bird table in my garden, and it looked really good on my like computer display and on my phone and stuff. But whenever I looked at it on the TV, it would look really blue, and like the grass would have like a tint of blue. You'd think it was illuminated with a blue light, and I was like, why does this look so bad? And I would try to play around with all the color controls on the TV. By the way, this game is not going well for me. My team have all gone the other way, except for this one destroyer. And their team have come this way, which is a recipe for disaster for me, because they can all engage me, and I'm pretty screwed. But yeah, so I was fiddling with all these color controls, and it didn't matter, because I went online, Googled it, and found out that, like, yes, actually, it's the LEDs inside the TV that have turned blue, which is a bummer.
Behold, the problem is conquered.
So, on the one hand, I'd like a new TV, because the color's all iffy now. But on the other hand, that's a lot of money to spend on something that does technically still work. It's just everything looks a bit blue, but I don't really use the TV very much anyway. So, and I don't really have the money to spend on a new TV now anyway. I'm just going to let everyone know that I'm running the heck away. I'm gonna bring my guns to the starboard side and just kind of swing away and try to disengage as much as possible, especially because there's like 2 destroyers back here. Not to mention the big pile of everything else trying to engage me. Like this guy, this Wix seems to be coming straight at me over here. There's 2 of them as well. I wish I could lay smoke. That'd be great. Anyway, you say older LED TVs are edge-lit in general. Newer ones are full array with lights behind. Yes, yes. And I think this one's probably edge-lit. But regardless, it's not great. So I don't know. I probably won't buy an LG screen again. You know what? I've not really fired my guns too much. I've not really had the opportunity. This guy really wants to torpedo me, this Wix. No. Enemy destroyer. I'm going to have to try to dodge him, essentially. But he's really chasing me down, this guy. He's making me think maybe I should... like, he's faster than me, for one thing. This guy's just going to get really close to me and then torpedo me. That's obviously what he's going to do. Here he is swinging around, trying to hunt me down. Not to mention... Oh, there we go, I got him. He could have already fired torpedoes. We have this Shenyang over here who is definitely going to torpedo me. All I can do is turn away from him here. I get a little shot off at him. I did something. All I can do is turn away and hope that he's already fired off his volley. He is stopping for some reason. I think I took out his engines there. Okay, got some torpedoes there. Sorry, I'm not reading chat. This is very intense. I know I'm not going to survive. Because again, like my team, if you look at the mini-map, my team are sweeping through the other side of the map. But on this side of the map, there's very little of my team going on and a lot of their team going on. And it's not a good mix. But I like this battleship, and I think it's survived longer than one might think. Okay, so those were the torpedoes I was assuming he was going to fire, and that's why I was trying to dodge them. But realistically, I've this whole time I've had these cruisers and battleship up my arse here, just picking away at me, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. This is going to be a good game from me. I'm just going to turn towards the enemy now, and maybe I'll get another shot off before I die if I'm lucky. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, you know, I did a little damage to that cruiser. I have 6 health points. Let's see. LG make great OLED TVs. Yeah, probably. But then OLED is going to be... then that was my thought process, right? Is the next time I get a TV, I'm going to get an OLED display. because I do like OLEDs. I have an OLED. I have an OLED tablet. It's a Samsung one, granted, and that's like 10 years old now, but it's still really good. And my phone screen is an OLED, and yeah, I really like OLEDs because for those who don't know, the major, most obvious difference. Oh look, I broke in half between an OLED and your standard LED display, LCD display, is as I was saying, the LCD displays do not light themselves. The pixels don't themselves glow. You have to shine a light through them. Whereas OLEDs individually give off their own lights. They're like little tiny pinpoints of light. They're like little LEDs. So you can turn them on and off. So instead of like on a standard TV, if you want to have like a black scene, what you're really doing is telling your pixels to be black and then shining a light through them anyway. And so you'll never get a proper pure black because you're still shining light through. Whereas with something like an OLED, there's no backlight. They're illuminating themselves. So you just say, hey pixels, turn off. And when those pixels are not turned on, they're not giving off light, and you get a nice crisp black. So you get very good high contrasts and things. And they look fantastic, and the color usually is really good from those displays as well, just in general. Really, really good color rendition. So yeah, I think the next time I get a TV, this was my thinking in my head the other day, is I will get an OLED and I'll get a good display, but it's going to be years before I have the money spare for something like that. Because if I had £1,000 right now, I would spend it on ADHD treatment, right? I need to get diagnosed. I need to get on medication. And the waiting list to get it for free is years and years and years long. And even now, the like waiting lists and difficulty to get it privately is difficult. And yeah, it's so expensive. It's so pricey. Yeah. So as you can see from the minimap here, our team won on the other side of the map and their team won on this side of the map. And now it just depends what happens when the two sides finally come together and clash. But we're not going to stick around and watch. We're going to move on. But yeah, I mean, LG generally is a good brand, right? I was displeased with the longevity of that monitor, with that particular TV. Oh well. Ooh. I know it's a 3, but no, I'm not a fan of the Corvair actually. I think I'm still I'm not leveling up. I'm leveling up the Koenig. Why don't I pull that fella out? Not played it in a while. Yeah. Come on, I'm pressing A. Let's go. Yeah. And I even considered, because you can get like backlight LED replacement kits from AliExpress and things that are quote unquote reasonably cheap. So you can like fix up a TV, and that would be much cheaper than buying a new one. And then I could continue to use this one with better color. And I'm perfectly capable of replacing components in things. I am very handy with stuff. I don't like to toot my own horn necessarily, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good with a soldering iron. I'm good with a hammer. I'm good with a saw. The one thing that I'm not skilled at, and it's just because I've not had the opportunity to learn, is like generally metal working, and welding and stuff. I've never really had the need, because when I need to build something, I just use wood. I like working with wood. It's a very easy material to work with. I always just end up cutting myself on sharp bits of metal when I end up trying to bugger about with metal. Anyway, yes, I'm very handy with things. I've designed PCBs and built my own stuff and so on and so forth. It's great if you ever do want to get into like PCB design, electronic design and stuff. There is an application called Easy EDA, which is free and is a really great user-friendly way of building PCBs. And it's made by the what are they called now? It's not JLC PCB, is it? Is it JLC PCB or the other one? It's made by whichever of those companies, those Chinese PCB manufacturers. I forget which one I use. It might be JLC PCB, or it could be the other one. Retreat now. But I've ordered a lot of circuits from those guys, a lot of PCBs, and it's always been really high quality. I've always been impressed with the quality. I always choose the cheapest production methods on those PCBs, and they're really cheap too, especially for like small boards, just like dual layer, simple fiberglass stuff with nice silk screen. The silk screen's pretty good as well. Yeah, I mean, you can use like KiCad if you want to get fancy with your with like a better PCB design application, but Easy EDA is fine for me. So the great thing about Easy EDA is there are so many pre-made modules from the community, because a lot of the time if you're designing a PCB and you need to put some kind of component on the board, you might have to go and measure that component physically yourself if you don't have a data sheet or something, and then you have to build the layout, build the footprint in the application. Whereas with Easy EDA, there are so many like already pre-made modules and things. I'm trying not to crash into this guy here. Let me stop. That are community generated, that you can just search for a product name or something that you want to add to your board, and someone's probably already done that work, and you can just drop it in. It's very handy, very useful. Anyway, sorry, I'm not reading. You love your old LG G7. It had a quad DAC for great audio. Yeah, I had... It might even be the LG G7. I had an LG phone. I think it was the LG G4. It had a slight curve on the screen, and it was a fantastic phone. I loved it. There were so many things about that phone I really, really, really loved. However, and the reason I never bought another LG phone, it had a factory defect, which was... Oh, God, I need to turn around here. Just look at the minimap. I'm going down towards A, but I'm like the only person coming down here, and they've got a lot of guys coming down here. I just need to spin around. What am I going to do? Go down into A and engage them? No, it wasn't the LG Flex. It was the LG G4, and it wasn't flexible in any way. The screen had a very slight, almost imperceptible curve. The idea being that when you placed it face down, the screen wasn't touching what it was sat on, so it wouldn't get scratched up. And it had a fingerprint reader right on the back, right in the middle on the back, which was the perfect location. The issue with that phone, and mine actually broke, is they had poor solder joints. It was a factory defect that they never fixed on that entire model, and it eventually affected all of them. And mine got affected just outside of warranty, which was also annoying. But yeah, the solder joints go inside, and there's nothing you can do. So no boot looping, it just stopped working, period. Oh, actually, I say boot looping. Well, maybe you could power it on, I don't remember. But it wouldn't boot up, basically. Yeah, and eventually it was a known issue, and that was that. And yeah, I'm supporting you, dog. I'm next to you. I turned around to run away with you, my friend. And that really put me off ever buying another one of their phones. Plus, it kind of felt like they stopped innovating after that. I don't know. I used to love HTC phones. They were so good. The HTC One M8 was such a good phone. If you remember that phone. Jesus, these guys like talking, don't they? That phone was so good. The speakers on it was so good, and the camera was so good. But when I listened to music on the HTC One M8... It's a silly model name, I know, but whenever I listen to music on that, everyone would be like, wow, that's coming out of a phone and not an iPod dock? It sounds amazing, and it really sounded great. You just didn't have a phone that could render sound like that back then. It sounded so good. Because up to that point, around about then, if you wanted something that had good sound, you got an iPod dock or something that you could use. Oh, I can finally engage someone. I can finally see someone. I mean, most of my shots did hit an island there. Yeah, LG were great. A lot of companies used to innovate when they weren't really sure what the format should be yet. You know, when they were trying to figure things out. I mean, look at Nokia's early stuff. They made a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of very strange form factor devices. And I can't blame companies for all making the same black square these days, because like we've kind of solved the problem for the most part, and that is a lovely device now. And come on, let's try and hit this guy. And I like it. But yeah, back then was quite a wild time. quite a wild time. I am going to range behind this island because... no, I'm going to go behind this little island. That way, if things get bad, I can hide behind this little island. And if things don't get bad... Well, I mean, hell, technically, if I could see this aircraft carrier, I could probably fire on him. Hello, Omaha. You're quite a speedy little vessel, but if you're not looking, if you're not paying too much attention, I might be able to hit you here. Do you? Wow. Yeah, I never bought too many of those. I mean, I never had that many phones, really. Let me just tell the team that I'm kind of pushing forward here. I had the... I can list off all the phones I've ever owned. I had the Orange Savvy, which wasn't actually made by Orange. I forget who made it. But it was Orange branded. And then after that, I got a Nokia 3310 because, I mean, that was the phone that everyone got. You got the 3310. It was a great phone. And I still have that phone. Still works. Had to replace the battery, but it's still functional. And then after that, I think... after that I got a flip phone. Was it Samsung? After that I got a D900, which was a really thin sliding phone, and that was a great phone. That little D900, that little black sliding thing. I love that phone so much. I had that when I was 18, and I only stopped using it because the buttons stopped working. I used it so heavily that the buttons went. That was the problem there. Well, I considered buying another one. But then I got a Nokia again. I got the Nokia N96, which is a really bizarre phone. It was a sliding phone, but it was... okay, I'm ranging too far forward here. There's too many ships ahead of me here who probably want me dead. Actually, no, a lot of them are over there. I guess I don't care so much. But it is kind of me leading the charge here, and I'm not thrilled by that. The Nokia N96 was a really weird phone because it had a built-in digital TV receiver, and there was this whole like, oh, it's going to be this amazing new European like way of watching TV, and then that never actually came to pass. So I never watched a single second of digital TV on it because they just never ended up doing it. But that was an interesting phone. The D900, yeah, the D900 at the time was, what was it, the thinnest something? No, it was the thinnest 2-megapixel camera phone in the world. That was their tagline. That was what was special about it. And yeah, the camera, 2 megapixel. Ooh, it was a good camera, especially for how thin it was. I still have it. It still technically functions. It's just the buttons, like, they're going. They started cracking, even. I am potentially in a bad spot here if too many people engage me. Or if this Mutsu gets some really good hits off on me, which he might do. As well just use a repair, why not? Screw it. I'm not going to have much else of a chance. Yeah, I like my D900. But then after I had the Nokia N96, I moved on away from Symbian stuff to Android. Android was a thing then. And I got a HTC... what was it called? I've still got it. Oh, HTC Desire HD. And what a fantastic phone that is. It still works. I put cyanogen, I rooted it and put cyanogen on there, and ended up getting it to a point where the battery was really, really super efficient, because I could like slow down the CPU and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And it still works. And occasionally if I break my phone, I just pull out my old HTC Desire HD. But that was great. And then I got the HTC One MA, and then after that, HTC were kind of going down the toilet and weren't really innovating and building new stuff. So then I got the LG G7, and that broke. And then after that, I started buying Chinese phones because I don't have a lot of money. I wanted something decent, but I couldn't spend ridiculous amounts. So I've been buying Xiaomi stuff since then. I am about to die if I can't kill this guy. Come on, he's practically dead. One more shot. One more shot. If someone could hit him. Yeah, the Xiaomi stuff is very cheap. Alright, I need to get into cover here just for the sake of not dying. Because, yeah, there we go. They got me. They got me. I was hoping those guys wouldn't engage me. I was hoping they'd be busy. Yeah, the Xiaomi stuff is just like you pay £200 for a phone that is just as good, more or less, as something that might be £800. You know. Although some of that Motorola stuff, the Motorola G line, are quite good if you want to buy a Western phone that's like a budget phone. I think we had it. I have a G4 here somewhere. Yes, we do still have 3G in the UK. They are working on turning it off, but they're not really starting to turn it off until I think the end of this year. Or they have turned it off in 1 or 2 select locations, but they are slowly turning it off. But it does still work. It does still work, thankfully. So I can still pull out my older phones, and they work okay. These guys are very chatty, very communicative. Good for them. I like communicative teams. I reckon our team will win this. I'm not going to stick around to watch. Yeah. Not to try and persuade anyone to hit the button or anything, but I have 18 followers now, and I think when I get to 20, I unlock the affiliate thing, which lets me add more stuff. I want to add those little channel points things where people can like press a button to make a thing happen, or like make me take a drink, or do a shot, or stretch, or whatever. I'm definitely going to add the hydrate and stretch, because both of those things are things I don't do enough when I'm streaming. And I can already feel my back seizing up. I'm stretching. Oh god, that was good. The Edge 50 Fusion. We're gonna have to sit down with the people that name phones and ask them what the Edge 50 Fusion. Who came up with that? Was it a 12-year-old? The Edge. Was it the same people who name men's razors? You know, the Gillette. I can't think of cool words. I'm not good on my feet. Could I share the info link? Oh, yeah. The chat bubble thing I use. Yeah. Sure, yeah. Let me just look at what it's called. It's really good, isn't it? And it's got integration with one of those websites where you set like your pronouns and stuff. So if someone has that stuff set up, it just pulls it in, and it does all. It's very cool. It looks really nice. Let me go just briefly here while we're not doing anything, and I will tell you what that thing's called. It's great. It's so customizable as well. I really do love it. I think streaming tools, overlays. Just pull it up. Maybe I can get a link directly to the thing. All right. You know what? I'll just put the name in because I don't know if there's a link. But that's what it is. And it's Stream Elements. It's a Stream Elements overlay thing, and it's really good. A friend of mine who also streams, Iris, suggested it. It's meant to look like Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing, but it's meant to evoke the chat bubbles from that. And yeah, it's really cool, and it can do some more stuff too, like when people do like highlighted messages and things, and how it glows and stuff. Yeah, it's really nice, and it's probably old hat, but I like how customizable it is for like screen placement. You can tell I've got it set in this particular game so it doesn't block anything that the viewer might want to see. You know, it doesn't block any of my UI elements. For the chat box size, do you mean on the actual screen, or do you mean like the literal resolution when you create the thing? Wow, that Nevada has got some real camo on it. Oh, come on. Look at that thing. That really hurts your eyes. Look at that. What's that called? What's that kind of what's the name of that camo? I know it. I totally know what it is. What's it called? It's the most well-known weird camo of that time period. Oh look, we won that other battle. Oh well, that's a good question. That's an inside baseball question right there when it comes to like what size am I placing it. So in terms of the actual resolution of the thing, it's you know, it's whatever, 16 by 9, it's 1920 1080. But in terms of the size of the actual box on the screen, If you don't know me, I'm a perfectionist, so I worked very hard to get it pixel perfect. Dazzle camo. I worked very hard to get the like the chat boxes in exactly the right spot, and they're in a different place for this game versus like tanks when I do tanks. And so this particular one is the size of it. Well, you know what? Let me just tell you. We will get into a game here. Let me load into a game. Let's see. Let's see. Where do I look at the positioning? The actual size of the box is 600 by 530, and the actual positioning of the box on the screen, if you were to play this exact same game and wanted to put it in exactly the same place, the positioning is 301 pixels top and 1345 pixels left. And the size of the overlay I'm using is 1920 by 1080. So there you go. Yeah. Woohoo. It works really well. I'm really happy with it. Chat Bubbles by Zaytree. It's really good. It's like the one thing I use on Stream Elements is the overlay, and then everything else I just do in OBS, regular OBS. I used to use like the Streamlabs OBS or whatever it was called because it was basically a fork of OBS that had all of their stuff integrated, which sounds great, but a lot of plugins and stuff for OBS aren't compatible with it, and it's also missing some features that OBS has. Like, they probably have it nowadays, but you didn't used to be able to do like multiple audio channels and stuff. And I'm doing multiple audio channels on this. Like, my local recording, my mic is separate to the gameplay and stuff, so I can go back and edit it and re-level it later and stuff like that. So I just stopped using it and use regular OBS. Well, you're not going to remember them, but you should have written them down. But yeah, no, you don't have to remember it. All you really have to do is go in there and do it yourself, basically. Just kind of get an idea for where you want to place it. What I did is I took a screenshot from the game, because you can see this is really inside baseball, but if you look here on my screen, you can see that the chat bottoms out just above where you can see what speed I'm going at, so that the viewer can tell how fast I'm going, what I've got my engine set to. And what goes on in the top right? What goes on in the top right of the screen? I don't remember. It clearly... Oh, that's where all of your, like, you know, when you hit people and stuff. The top right of the screen has all of the ribbons and things for hitting people. And I wanted viewers to be able to see that as well, so it tops off just around there. And as for the width, I mean, it could technically come into the screen further, but I didn't want it to cover up too much of the gameplay. Yeah. I've already closed the tab now, or I'd be more helpful, sorry. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Anyway, as for what I'm doing in the game, I'm swinging off towards A in general. I'm not getting too close to them. I don't want to be the guy that everyone's shooting at. I'm going to fire on this Galicia in a moment as soon as she comes into range. Oh, the Agincourt wants help, but he's going in the other direction, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to help him. I mean, where are you even going? Where are you even going, Agincourt? You kind of want to go onto that side of the map? Yeah, I mean, I could swing around. I could swing around and help. I don't like the look of these torpedo planes. One of them seems to be going for the me. I thought he was going for the Agincourt, sneaky bastard. Well, how many torpedoes is he dropping? One, because he only had one plane left. Alright, I'll eat that. I'll eat a torpedo. This guy seems to be doing a 3-point turn right in front of us. Not entirely wise. I'm just going to let this guy know that I am supporting him. I wish I had more communications, like, options. Because, yeah, I think I will swing around and go where he's going. Yeah. So now I have an opportunity to read chat while I'm turning around. You notice one streamer putting his camera at the top right, completely covering the ribbons and damage. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of questionable UI choices. Even where I've placed my subtitles, I do try to consider, like, the UI so it's different on World of Tanks and stuff. And the easiest way to do that, for those who aren't aware, in OBS, is to make a different scene collection for each game, basically, so everything can be laid out differently. And you can swap scene collections without stopping a stream. And I will recommend, very useful if you do use scene collections, there is a plugin that you can get that allows you to copy sources and, you know, transform settings and all of that stuff between scene collections, because normally there's no way. So let's say you add something new, like a chat box, and you want to add it, or maybe a chat box is a bad example, but you want to add a source or something, and you don't want to have to manually add it and set every little thing up about it on each of your scene collections. There's a plugin you can get for OBS that lets you just select just a whole bunch of stuff, or individual stuff, or certain settings for a certain source, and just copy them across. No, I never read the patch notes. I never bother. Did they say anything interesting? You know, when I was younger, I was really anxious as a person. Like, when I was on MSN Messenger and I was having a conversation, you know, I'm trying to shoot this Phoenix, but honestly, he'll be dead before I get a chance. When I was on MSN, see what I mean? Dead before I had a chance. If I was going away from the computer for like 30 seconds, I would say BRB to people, because I was so, you know, scared about them thinking I was ignoring them or something. The point is, as I've aged, I'm far more laid back, and I care less about the fine details. So I don't read patch notes on most things, because I guess if it's fixing a bug, I probably didn't experience the bug anyway. If it's some new feature, I'll see it. I'll discover it. Like, freaking, I was playing World of Tanks yesterday, and granted, I've not really played it for 2 years, but they've added, like, rockets and flamethrowers to that game, which I was not aware of. Anyway, it's patch notes. Yeah, is there anything useful in there? You know what bums me out about this game, and it annoyed me before I started the stream, because I kind of wanted to play the trailer for the new torpedoes. They're adding fire torpedoes to this game. For anyone who doesn't know, they're adding a new line of French ships, and they're going to add fire torpedoes. And they have a little trailer that kind of shows them off. And I thought, oh, at the start of the stream, I could play the little trailer. And it's right there, you know, on the home page of the game before you log in. But whenever you try and do something like that, it opens your browser, like on your console. It quits out of the game and opens the browser up. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I never want to do that. I want to stay in the game. Can you not play a video inside the game? Is that not within your technical capabilities? Come on, man. I'm going to turn here because I suspect this Agincourt that I came here to assist is kind of running away a little bit. And if I keep going this way, I'm going to be engaged by 2 battleships and a destroyer ahead of me. I would rather slightly get a little bit of cover with this rock so that I am still engaging them, but not every single one of them can engage me. That's my plan here. Plus, I don't want to just range straight at the destroyer I can't see. We are losing, and we are going to lose, but there's no reason to just commit suicide. I read the Helldivers patch notes quite a bit, because they often, like, change things significant or added crazy stuff. So I'll be honest, I did read them for a while. I need to get back into playing that game again. I've not played it in ages. That's a fun game. Helldivers 2. Oh, I really enjoyed that game. I think they really want to kill the Agincourt because they're just not focusing on me at all. It's all over for us, pretty much.
Enemy heavily damaged.
Yeah, the enemy may be heavily damaged, but not heavily damaged enough. Alright, the Agincourt is boned here. There is no point in me trying to extend my life much longer than I already have.
Good show.
So instead of going around this island, I'm just going to swing this way and let those guys shoot at me. Because there really isn't much point otherwise. I mean, I've already brought my guns left now, or else I could engage the Iron Duke, I guess. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to... no, this guy's going to torpedo me. I'm not even going to dodge it. I was kind of hoping I might be able to engage these guys on the left, but I suspect what's actually going to happen is this guy is going to start laying into me over here. God knows what else. Yeah, I'll swing right in a minute. Yeah, I'm not going to avoid any of this. It's just me and the aircraft carrier now. Oh, I did. I think I dodged one of those torpedoes. Maybe? Shame I can't see that. Oh, the Corvair. Hello. Let me just pull out a little bit further, make sure I can hit you. This is what I was hoping for, to engage the Corvair back here and just have a bit of a good time. And stop that other guy from engaging me, who's now behind this rock, so he can't shoot at me. You know, what can you do? What can you do, eh? That's life.
That was a great battle.
Depends what you mean by premium ships. If you mean ones you actually spend money on and not ones the game gives you. I do, though. Wait, hang on now. Wait, now, hang on. Do you mean the ones on, like, I've never really figured out what this star is up here. Do you mean like that? With, like, the star on them instead of... Because I know, in that case, I'm not entirely sure what ships... Like, what ships have the star, right? What is that? What's that all about? I wish that this menu had a key that told you what all of these symbols mean, because I do occasionally forget what these two mean as well. These things never light up for me. Whatever these things are, or like maybe this one. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I certainly have premium. If you mean this kind of ship, I have a couple of these, like the Texas and the Kamikaze I got with the disc edition of the game. But yeah, I would like to know if you know what this star up here. What is all that about? What kind of ship is that? Because it just doesn't tell you what the star means. And I've googled it in the past, but it's really hard to find information for World of Warships Legends. What does the gold star filter mean? I bet now that I've said that, someone could just Google it and find out. But yeah, you can kind of see I have a couple of them. A lot of them I don't usually take out. But, you know, I like the graph spray and stuff. Ah, okay. Those are the ones like the Yamato and stuff that you unlock from the Bureau. I am working towards some of those, but I've never fully finished a Bureau thing. I'm slowly getting there. It's only taking me however many years. Like, you see, I'm on the Yamato here, segment 8 of 12 and 9 of 12 on this other one. But as someone who does not play the game all that much, like, if we go to where's my service record here, and just have a look at my full statistics for Standard, I've only ever played 1,621 battles. I have a decent win rate, 50-50. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my stats in general, and as you can see from that center thing, I generally am quite equal in what ships I'll play, and I like a good mix. You'll get that ship from the marathon for free. Wait, what ship? The Yamato? I'll be annoyed if they give it to me for free after I've worked so long to get it on this Bureau thing, especially because I've technically spent real money to get that Bureau project unlocked so I could work towards getting it. If they just give it to me, that'll be really annoying. Unless they do something else with that Bureau thing and make it a different, even cooler version of the ship or something. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, why don't we pull out, speaking of premium ships, my favourite shippy ship ever, the Kamikaze. You know what, I wanna know now. Oh, are we in a game already? We're in a game already. I was going to quit out and do the thing you just said. Main menu, right stick... Oh, you mean that ship that's all, like, icy? Do you mean that ship? Hello, Tea Coffee. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. I've not been able to watch any of your streams, Coffee, because you've always been streaming when I've been asleep, sadly. But I do try to pop in. Yeah, I've seen that ship. Maybe we'll have a look at it in a few minutes. It looks really cool. It's icy. What time is it where you are, Coffee? It must be... it's 5... Is it 5 a.m.? Am I remembering that right?
Here we go.
Okay, I'm in my... Oh, that's lovely. That really is. I'm in my Kamikaze destroyer here. For those who don't know, the Kamikaze, and especially the way I have mine kitted out, is very much a torpedo boat. Its guns are crap and only to be used in an emergency. And I don't want to be fighting other destroyers, really, because I'm not very good at that. I'm all about stealth and torpedoing bigger ships. 5:46 a.m. So hang on. Is it very early for you or very late for you? That's the real question. Yeah, the kamikaze is OP, which is why I like it. It's like having training wheels. It makes me seem like a better player than I really am. Okay, so there is a destroyer up here that I really don't want to go at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing left. I'm going to fire a wide spread of torpedoes that I don't expect to hit the destroyer up here. But you never know. Sometimes you do get lucky. And if nothing else, it might piss them off. Just swing a big ol'... Come on, I hate how that happens sometimes. I'll pull the trigger and nothing will happen. I don't know if it's lag or what. There we go. I'm trying to make sure that they can't see me. I don't want the enemy to see me. Early. Good. Nice. I was up... Yeah, I was up really... I was up at 6 this morning. I say up. I was in bed. That counts. That counts. I was awake. I had a cup of tea. Make a cup of tea, get back into bed, you know. Yeah, I'm definitely not hitting that guy, but I'm making him think twice. The Podovsky isn't great for torpedoes. You have to... If you're in the Podovsky, it's kind of a crappy... If you're only focusing on torpedoes, it's a crappy destroyer because you have to get so close to the enemy that they will see you long before you can launch torpedoes. The enemy cruiser over here is reversing, probably because I sent a big volley of torpedoes their way. They're probably not eager to do that again. Yeah, it is fast, but even so, not fast enough to get in, torpedo the enemy, and get out without being soundly shot at. Not a bad destroyer or anything, bad for how I play it, because I like to be stealthy and torpedo from a distance, like this. I'm trying to hit these ships here. I really doubt that they're going to stick that course and speed, but I might get lucky with the cruiser maybe, because he is very... This guy is real cautious, and if he just pokes his nose out enough... I know I'm about to hit my buddy here, but I need to go around this rock. Sorry. What's the weather like where you are, Tea Coffee? What do you prefer to be called? Oh, there we go. I bet... Was that the battleship that I hit? I think it might have been. Because that cruiser is fine. I must have hit the battleship. Okay, good-o. Good-o. I really didn't expect him to maintain that course and speed, but I guess we did a wide enough shot that it worked out. Let's just send a real wide one this way. Oh, I can't swing too far this way because there's a rock next to me. Okay, I need to go around this rock and come back around. I could swing directly at them, but I don't know where their destroyer is, and I'm concerned about doing an arc too close to them and then having that destroyer spot me because stealth is my ultimate weapon here. Am I going to hit him? Probably not. He swung hard to starboard to avoid all of that. That's one of the things I really like about a destroyer, though, is even if you don't hit the enemy, you can often choose where they're going to go because they have to change course to avoid you usually. And I was right. Their destroyer is ranging directly at me. So if I had spun around in their direction instead of backwards, this guy would have seen me. So not ideal. I do not expect to hit this guy whatsoever. I may just try again and go for the battleship here. I'm going to let someone else fire on that guy. I really do not want to keep getting in your way, and yet we keep meeting like this, Mr. Clemson. Mr. ID 1877427337499. God, I love these weird... I think it's when they're on PlayStation and they don't want to share their name or something. I don't know. Alright, this Guilio Cesare, whose name I'm butchering, is continuing to carefully push forwards. Well, he's right on that edge. You're not going to hit him with that. You're not going to hit him with that. Come on, man. That's not going to hit. I can't even do anything because this destroyer's in the way. It's not his fault. Is it raining? It's a bit miserable here too. I'm just going to kind of remind everyone that this destroyer is here. I'm not going to engage him, but I hope someone does, because he's going to sneak around the back and get our aircraft carrier. I wouldn't mind hitting this cruiser, the sneaky little sod. He's a sneaky little fella, so he is. I'm swinging left here while I'm firing torpedoes. I mean, all he needs to do is continue accelerating, and I can't hit him, you know? Oh, he's swinging hard left. All right, let's try and get a little volley on him there. He's getting a bit too close to me now. I need to swing left and pull away a little bit. I don't think our guys are winning in general. You look at the other side of the map, these guys have been soundly slaughtered. We're just being pushed back and back and back here and not doing enough damage. Yeah, it's a bit miserable here too. It's dark. It's the rain has stopped, but it's still damp. It's cold. It's a cold day. I'm covered in so many blankets. I am out in my shed, to be fair, but it's a cozy 15 degrees in here Celsius. You know what? I could have probably played this better. Let's turn on my speed boost and hope he doesn't see me. Ah, he saw me. I knew I'd gotten slightly too close. I knew I had gotten slightly too close. Well, there's not much I can do. I can tell my team that it might be a good idea for them to retreat. I'm assuming he's going to slow down and really swing around this corner, but there's he might just turn away. He might just turn away. He's not an idiot, this guy. Yeah, I considered, what, going straight up the middle while I had a chance and trying to get their aircraft carrier. I considered that. Yeah, this guy is smart. He's slowed down enough. I'd hoped I'd just get him, but alas, no. But I decided to stick down here and just continue to defend my aircraft carrier and my buddy down here instead. And hope that they overextended themselves. Oh, the points. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I so often don't spend too much attention on points anyway. I don't know which way this guy's going to go. If he keeps turning that way, it's not going to help much. The thing is, the way I see it with this particular destroyer, and I do play differently in different destroyers, but this one's all about stealth. If I go and try and capture B, firstly I have to sit there for ages, like a sitting duck. And what I'm doing is telling them, hey, I'm inside this circle. And that gives them a lot of strategic information I don't want them to know. I don't want them to know where I am, or even have an idea of where I am. Obviously, they figure it out as soon as I start launching torpedoes. But no, as this particular destroyer, I see my role as sinking big ships. Everyone disagrees or agrees. You know, everyone has their own way of playing. But yeah, if I go and sit in one of those things to catch points, sure, I might capture the point, but I may just as well just lure some of their destroyers in on me or something. Yeah. I'm better on the move, staying stealthy, never being seen, not letting them know where I am, what I might be doing, where the torpedoes are coming from next. That's what I like to do. And I rely on the other destroyers to fulfill the traditional destroyer role.
We're taking it slow.
Whereas if I'm in a different destroyer, maybe one that doesn't have great torpedoes or something, or a nice nippy fast one. This is very fast, you know. But I will go and capture points, and I will capture points where it suits me. But yeah, I don't tend to fulfill that traditional role as much, especially in this destroyer, which is all about torpedoes. I don't know what I'm going to do here. That guy is turning away from me, so I can't hit him. This destroyer is coming towards me. No point firing torpedoes at him because he's just going to dodge them. I think... I mean, I could try and use my guns.
Hey, teammate, I could use your support.
Alright, you know what? Seeing as you've asked so nicely, I am going to engage this guy. I'm going to swing around, let him spot me, get into a standard destroyer-on-destroyer engagement here. I'm really not very good at hitting these little fellas with my guns. Let's just fire 2 volleys to piss him off, and then let him see me. Now, this battleship's going to get a good old shot on me as well.
Oh, no.
Did I hit him? Barely. I'm really bad at judging the speed of destroyers. I'm so used to firing on other ships.
5 minutes left. Let's hurry if we want to win.
And I still have 1 volley of torpedoes left in the bank.
Damaged.
And this guy probably does as well, to be honest. Yeah, he does. I think I'm done for here. There we go, yeah. Almost had him. Almost had him. No. Anyway, sorry, let me read this. Majority of players ignore the destroyers and are terrified of me, so they just run. Well, you know, it's the destroyers I'm terrified as a destroyer. Look, I'll admit that I don't play destroyers perhaps in the traditional role of going and capturing points, unless I can, unless I'm in a really good position. Like if I'm in a position where I don't feel the need to stealth, if I don't mind the enemy knowing I'm around, then I'll capture a point. Or if it's extremely important. I kind of figured we were going to lose this game anyway. But yeah, admittedly, I often don't pay attention to the points in general. But then I mostly only ever take out my kamikaze. It's such a fun destroyer that I so rarely take any others out. But what other destroyers do I even have that I'm leveling up? I do have some, but like you can kind of see a lot of them are 3s. You know, I've just some 5s. Like I've only got as far as a 6 in one tier. I really should focus more on destroyers, I guess. Because like the Fubuki's a great ship. You know, the Gaid. I don't know how you pronounce that. Gaid. The Gaid. But this is what I got. Unless you also want to count ships I've leveled up. Got here. I do like the Matsuki. I like the Matsuki, but then I have the Kamikaze now. I even quite enjoyed the Class Horn when I played it. That was kind of a fun one. That surprised me. I enjoyed that. But yeah, this is what I got. Yeah, they're good ships. The Gaids are good. I was enjoying it. I even leveled this dude up a lot because I was enjoying it. But then I got the Kamikaze, and now whenever I want to pull out a destroyer, I mostly just pull that out. I know it's a bad habit, and I'll get out of that habit. I will. One day. Alright, what am I leveling up here? Yeah, sure, I'll pull the Fuso out. Where am I at with the Fuso? I'm slowly getting there. I could get the Nagato right now, but, you know, the more I level this ship up, the less global XP I'll have to spend when I eventually do decide to just boost my way there, so... This is a fun ship. You're new to the game? Tea, coffee. Well... my brain is blank here. I have been streaming for almost 2 hours now. I need more tea. I've got a massive cup of tea here. Let me drink some tea. I think every game is a bit overwhelming when you start out. You know, there's that initial hump that you have to get over of figuring out like what all of the controls are, what all the icons mean, what all the ships can do. I'm at a point now, having played a fair amount of the game over a long period of time, I certainly can't tell you what every ship is capable of, or how one should even play every single ship. But I can generally... I'm at the point where I'm reasonably-ish competent. And if I see a ship like, for example, let's see, I know the Mahan is a pretty good destroyer, so I'm going to be scared of that. I'm going to be scared of running into it. And I know like the New Mexico, the Tennessee, they're good battleships. And I'm familiar enough with the Fuso that I'm driving to know that it's basically a big shotgun. I want to say shotgun in space. It's a big shotgun in space, but we're on the ocean. The ocean's like space. Mahan's good, right? Yeah, so I know enough to from experience, I know what ships to be most scared of by just being slaughtered by them over and over again, you know. Your most played boat, it's a good ship, isn't it? Which is why I'm terrified of it. My advantage, tea, coffee, was... I'm going to just call you Tea. My advantage was that a friend of mine got me into this game, and he had already played a lot of it. We would play World of Tanks together, and then he'd keep saying, like, you should come and play World of Warships. You should play that with me. And I was like, well, it's another free-to-play game, and like I've already sunk a lot of time and, you know, some money into World of Tanks. I don't want to have yet another free-to-play game I have to sink more time into to get to the good stuff and so on. But actually, this game is less egregious with the money thing. and with the unlocking ships and having a good... Like, you don't have to pay for your ammo, which is fantastic. I can fire my guns and not think, ooh, every time I fire my gun, I'm spending in-game currency that I'm going to have to somehow get more of, you know. But yeah, he was able to guide me through the process. If I had a question, he was sat next to me. Literally, he'd come over and play the game. Kind of couch co-op. I have 2 Xboxes here because I got an old cheap one for that exact reason, so he and I could still hang out. Because there's something to be said. This guy's going to reverse. There's something to be said for going to your buddy's house and playing video games with them, right? Like, that was half the fun of playing games with him. This Mackinson's firing on me. Sadly, he's just gone into cover, so I can't hit him. So, yeah, playing a lot of these non-couch co-op games, it really bummed me out. So you get a second cheap Xbox and he can come around and hang out and we can still play stuff. I'm going to get the chance to blast this Mackinson a little bit here. Let's have a go. Oh, he's turning. He is turning a bit, which is why I'm bringing my guns in a bit. Let's see how much hits him. It's a bit scattershot, this thing. It was an awful shot. It wasn't necessarily that it was an awful shot on my part. It's just the gunnery of this ship is a bit poor. It bracketed him a little bit there. We'll have another chance. If you can hit the enemy with this thing, look at how many turrets this ship. This is a lot of turrets. This is in real life, this is a ridiculous number of turrets on a battleship. God, I love it. Also, look how ridiculously tall that tower is. It just looks like someone's put a bunch of Lego together to make the tallest tower. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why I'm whispering now, but I am. Shh. Who's asking for help? I wasn't paying attention. I guess I could fire on this Polaris. He's always just going. He's always just getting into cover. Sorry, I shouldn't get too close to the microphone, unless we want to get sensual. Why is this guy's username Elderly Contest 9? What does that mean? What? All right, I got an assist there. Now look, far be it from me to just be oh dear, look at that. To be the guy that just goes around the outside of the map and oh come on, I had to stop turning. I was going to hit myself with the torpedo there. If I kept going around there, like that was a good move for him while we were still engaging that guy. But at this point, all of their team are on the other side of the map. And if I kept going that way, around this rock, instead of cutting around it, it would just be an even longer amount of time before I could get back in the fight. Because it really only is this Polaris over here now, I think. There's still an enemy destroyer that we can't see. Yeah. Do I always ripple fire? Sammy! Sammy. What the hell does that mean? What the hell is ripple fire? Is that like firing one shot after the other in quick succession but not at the same time? Is that what that means? Like a ripple? I don't know what that means. Educate me. I will most of the time, I'm always eyeballing, and I will generally fire everything more or less at once. If they're maneuvering, if they're turning, then I will fire one shot, very slightly adjust, fire another, very slightly adjust, fire another. Is he gone back there? No, the destroyer that we can't see is back there. Ooh, that's bad for me. You know what? First off, let me just. I've not got many of my guns brought to bear on this side, but let me just point out that the enemy is definitely like over here. That destroyer that we haven't seen, that's where he is, all right. Which is bad for me. In fact, he might be in A, which would be even worse, because that cruiser is gone. Yes, I thought it was the cruiser that was in here. It ain't the cruiser, it's the destroyer. Go full broadside and double tap your trigger, you'll fire all guns at once. Huh. Yeah, I guess I never knew that. I'm going to ask this destroyer, who is already coming over to assist us, because I think he knows the bad guy is here. Thank you. The best thing I can do right now is just not allow myself to just go around the corner and get torpedoed. Let this destroyer do what he does best and flush out this other destroyer, and then maybe I can make an escape. That's cool. I will try that. The next time I fire a big volley, I'm going to try double tapping just to see what happens. Alright, so he's just launched a volley of torpedoes and is going to be busy, hopefully, fighting that destroyer for a while. So I might be able to make a getaway here. This is a bold move here, West Virginia. Almost heaven. I love that song. John Denver's great. That song got really popular during the pandemic, right? What's this guy up to? There you go. I did it. I pulled the trigger twice. Just thought I'd shotgun him. You know, I hit him. Make him think twice. I would never have noticed that. Yeah, that guy was definitely firing a lot of torpedoes. Well done. As someone who's played a lot of U-boat, I wish my seawalls could reload torpedoes that fast. Is it? Is it though? Because like if I fire all my guns at once and my aim was a little bit off, then all of those shots are going to be a little bit off. And also sometimes it can be nice to I might end up firing one or two shots or several and then realize actually maybe I want to like fire the rest of my shots at someone else. Or like if they are changing course, I might realize, oh hang on, that first shot I aimed it a bit poorly and I need to adjust. And especially on a battleship where it can take a long time to reload your guns, I like to stagger my shots, I guess. What do you call it? Ripple fire. Yeah, I like that. Hello, Belfast.
Enemy destroyer in sight. This
Hello,
will be
Belfast. Oh, hello, hello.
Enemy cruiser in sight.
Plus, you know, sometimes, and this is really obvious, but it can be handy to just fire one shot to get your eye in. But yeah, let's have a look and see what that does. God, I'm such scatter shot. That was a reasonably good shot. I hit him. Just because I may not always take your advice doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. There are plenty of people who would just outright turn down advice because they don't want to play that way and not consider it, you know? But I like to consider things. Oh, this guy's screwed. He just stopped for some reason. There we go. There we go. Alright, what have we got now? So now we're moving up on the New Mexico. It's not the most ideal time to reload and engage, but hey-ho. He's going to really be focusing on me. So I'm just going to swing my bow onto him. I want to get close so my gunnery is better, because everyone in my turrets have bad eyesight and really need an eye test. But once I do get close... Hey, does the New Mexico have torpedoes? You know everything, Sammy. Because that's really going to impact what I'm about to do here. No. Good. Because I just kind of want to get close. Preferably not get rammed by her. And it would be nice to be able to hit her broadside, but she's not that stupid. Now I can get reasonably close, though. She's going to do way more damage to me if she's hitting me in the side and I'm not hitting her in the side. What's not ideal is this Barbinner has shown up. Oh, hello. Are you trying to hit me? Are you trying to crash into me, or are you just trying to broadside me? I think now that he knows his colleague has shown up and they're force multiplying on my ass, I may have some problems. Oh no! My colleague pulled it out. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, guy. Doesn't mean I'll be okay necessarily. I'm very, very far away from this guy. I got a cruiser who can, like... Cruisers can really tear you up, man. If you can't see them and they can just keep firing and firing and firing and setting you on fire a bunch, it's not ideal. I'm still in a lot of danger here. If you click down the right stick, it will zoom in for better aim. Well, I mean, barely. I mean, yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a lot of torpedoes. Yeah, I think I did learn that once. And then I saw how little it zooms in. I was like, well, I'm already a foot away from my monitor anyway. That's not much of a zoom, though, is it? That's like barely zooms in more. It might be handy if you're able to snipe them and aim at different parts of the ship, maybe. Ah, yeah. That would be useful, yeah, so that you can specifically target certain stuff like their towers and things. Oh man, down she goes. Am I going to break in half? I reckon our team has this. I mean, they're winning on points, but it's going to be down to who kills who. I suppose it depends where their destroyer is. He could sneak around, get some torpedoes on someone. Should we watch the rest of this match? Because it is interesting enough. It gives me an excuse to have some tea. That's exactly what I was concerned about. That their destroyer might get a good shot on our battleship. And at this point, you know, that cruiser's all the way up there. What's he going to do? Engage the enemy destroyer? They have enough time to recapture points here anyway. Our destroyer needs to kill this battleship and swing around and engage their destroyer, and I'm just not sure if he'll be able to do that in time. Oh, they've stopped recapturing B. They just want to sink us. Interesting move. Yeah. You are correct. You called it. The points seem to be doing fine. I'm more concerned now about the fact that our friendly cruiser is pushing in to an area that he knows has a destroyer, and there's a lot of cover for the destroyer. Although actually the destroyer seems to be just chasing the other destroyer, so never mind. Look at this, Mahan. Not a scratch on her. Well, until now. Not a scratch. Thank God I've got you here, because I can't count. Feels like he's given up. Maybe it's just that he can't get out of range, or does he think he can outgun the Mahan here? I mean, he might be able to. He's not exactly dodging. Neither of them are particularly dodging. Well, the Mahan's engine's been taken out. I would probably be dodging, weaving, and closing the distance. But he's winning. They're tearing each other down. It helps that other cruiser's engaging now. There we go. There we go, and there you go. That's the end of it. I didn't even notice their battleship sink. I thought that guy was still out there. Ah, victory! Hey, who's this fella? Who's this final boss 12? That looks like he's probably a developer on the game or something. Or like some community member. Like, he looks like a personality who yeah, there you go, a community manager. I knew it. It gives vibes of like someone you would know if you were deep into the community. Yeah. He has a nice watch. Here's an interesting fact. Wristwatches used to be considered a ladies' kind of a thing. Ladies would wear wristwatches and men had pocket watches. But then World War I came along, and there was a need for the people in the trenches and across everywhere to be able to synchronize things. Like, you know, they'd need to know when an artillery barrage was going to start, was going to end, or when a walking barrage, or they'd need to synchronize, you know, attacks and things. So they would need watches, basically. So they wore wristwatches because they would be strapped to their wrist, and it was a much better choice than a pocket watch. And so then all these guys came back from the war, and now after that there was a cultural shift where wearing a wristwatch was seen as a manly thing to do, as opposed to just a ladies thing. There you go, a little bit of wristwatch history. What should I bring out? I don't know, a dealer's choice. A cruiser, don't say destroyer, I'm not very good in those. Or even an aircraft carrier. I've not brought an aircraft carrier out. Yeah, the Cavor isn't bad. Let me have a look. Yeah, the Cavor is not bad. What am I doing? I wanted to get over here and see what the other one was in the list. Like, I had the Algeria or Algeria or whatever, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I didn't like it very much. But then when I got this one, I actually quite enjoyed it. And I don't bring it out very much. I kind of keep forgetting I have it, but I do like it. And now that you've mentioned it, I'll bring it out. Should I? I wonder what was in there. God knows. Secondaries, really? Okay. I so very rarely put good secondaries on a battleship because if my secondaries are firing, I've probably gotten too close. But I'll have a look. If you remind me, or if I remember, I'll have a look after this. Because maybe it has like a really good range for secondaries or something. Ah, is it? See, you know these things. I would never know unless someone tells me. That's why it's really handy to have a friend who can, like, inform you on this stuff. Because all I know is the Italians didn't really like to send their ships out of port very much. Their fleet was generally for show. It's not like there weren't plenty of naval engagements down there, but their fleet perhaps wasn't the most actively useful during the war. Yeah. Da-da-da. Not quite as bad as the German High Seas Fleet in World War One, but then there was a good reason for that. They knew that they couldn't take on the British Navy just like toe-to-toe, but by maintaining a fleet, small as it was, in port, ready to go raiding at any time, it tied up so much of the British fleet that could not go elsewhere and be more useful elsewhere, because at any time they might have to go and deal with the Germans. It was a very smart move. I mean, I think so. I'm just an idiot. Obviously, much smarter people have said it's a very smart move. And I, like, as an idiot, I agree with them. No one's going to be reading tactical books written by me, I'll tell you that much. Fellas, where do you want me to go here? Do you want us to... Where are we going? I'm going with this Mutsu. Ships in the night here. If you hold down right bumper and press X on a red ship, it focuses... What? Wait, hang on. What does... Right... If I hold down right bumper and press X on a red ship... But X is gun lock. X is to lock my guns. To stop them from turning. Wait, what does Y do? Oh, you know, I always wondered what set priority target was. And then I just forgot it existed forever. Hello, the Shiny Hunter 130. What are you saying? Good morning. Posted the bat signal. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. And welcome. I am actually going to be wrapping up in about 15 minutes. But I'll try and make it entertaining for you between now and then. Where you from, Hunter? Oh, I've been spotted.
We've been spotted.
Now, seeing as I was told that this is apparently more of a brawler line of ships, I am going to drive straight into A. There are 3 unaccounted for destroyers that could be in here. I'm sure when Sammy said I'm a brawler, you didn't mean fighting 3 destroyers toe to toe, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Where you from, Hunter? Where you from? What's your address? What's your PIN number? I love knowing what country people are from, especially when it's like a place that's like, oh, maybe I've never met someone from there before, or maybe it's somewhere I really want to visit, you know, or just, it's a very English thing, I think, to also want to know what the weather's like everywhere. You're from America. When I lived in America, I lived there for a year. I would always talk about the weather a little bit every day, because that's what British people do. We bring up the weather at least once a day and just have a chat about it briefly. I don't know. Just grumble about it, or say how nice it is, or just say, oh, the weather's going to be this today, or it's going to be that today, or whatever. But the people I lived with, it really annoyed them. They were like, why do you talk about the weather so much? It's so annoying. Stop talking about the weather. I was like, I barely brought it up. They were very easily irritated, those people. Yes, I do love knowing what the weather's like. I never met an American. There aren't that many of them over here that I've met. I have met a couple of Americans over here, but it is quite rare to meet an American here. Whereas, when I was over there, I was in California. I was in SoCal, kind of around Camarillo, Ventura, Santa Barbara, that kind of way. And I met so many English people. I kept just running into British people. It was weird. I didn't know there were that many British people just knocking about. I kept running into people who lived like down the road from me. It was so strange. We got a real, like, almost Battleship Row going on here of ships just all hanging out. So those are those friendly enemy destroyers we were concerned about. We are going to dodge all of these and engage this Nevada. You know that I love thinking about tiny differences between countries, because there's always like really big cultural differences between countries, and whenever you hear about people saying like they went to A or B, they'll always talk about the big things, and I like the tiny details. And one one thing I noticed about at least that area in America, because the USA is huge, so it's entirely possible that things are done completely differently in different parts of it. But where I was, God, the Mahan just sunk the Queen Elizabeth. Great. I'm going to slow down a bit here because I don't just want to go around the corner and get torpedoed like this Mutsu is about to. So where I was, the vast majority of shops, you know, stores of all kinds, be they barber shops or be they supermarkets or gas stations or anything, any kind of like business that you would walk into as a member of the public, all of the doors were like manual doors with handles that you had to open yourself. They weren't automatic doors. And here, like ever since like the mid 90s, late 90s, I suppose, like everything is all automatic doors. You do occasionally get a manual door, but it's super rare. It's so rare to see a manual door here. Everything is automatic. So to go over there and see that like everything was manual just felt strange. It's one of those things you just assume it's the same everywhere. You just assume, well, you know, automatic doors are everywhere, so surely everyone uses them. But no, I guess it's a weird cultural thing, I suppose. Hello, Nevada. Yeah, there you go. That was a thing I noticed. There's a lot of British expats in places like Spain. There's whole communities where they go to live over there and essentially just live with British people. It's a bit strange. There's a certain comfort in that, I guess, because you can live in a community that still has all of the same cultural norms that you're familiar with, but the weather's much nicer. So I can understand why they do it, but it probably does annoy local Spanish people to have a large contingent of British people living there. Right, I know. Streets were paved with gold, but it was horse poop. Well, you know what? One man's horse poop is another man's gold. I get a delivery of horse poop, a big pile of horse poop every year for my little garden patch thing. We have things here called allotments, and they were a wartime invention. By the way, what I'm doing here isn't very wise, but I'm doing it anyway. They were a wartime invention to help encourage people to grow their own food during wartime when you know food was more scarce and rationing was a thing. Is the government would set up these plots, these allotments of land, that's why they're called allotments, that would allow people to grow their own vegetables and stuff at home. And that's still a thing. Allotments still exist. And so for a really low price, you can get a plot of land that is about the same footprint of a house. It's about like, it's 40 feet by 20 feet or so, for a really low price. And then just, you know, grow whatever you want on it. So, we all pitch in at the allotment to get a delivery of horse manure, because of course just one person can't afford like a whole... Is this what you wanted, Sammy? Look, I'm brawling with my secondaries and everything. This is your fault. This is what you asked for. I'm completely ignoring this guy. Press right on the D-pad. Press right on the D-pad. Oh yeah, I did that. Sorry, I already did. Yeah. Don't worry. I know enough to know that I have a secondaries boost. And also I'm concerned that this guy might decide it's a good idea to crash into me. Because he's pretty screwed at this point. It would be an easy little win for him to take me out, but he's pretty screwed. I don't think he even wants to. Don't worry, there's a lot of things I don't know about this game, but I do know enough to know how to turn on my secondaries booster. Oh, he's turning. He wants to hit me. He wants to end it all. Thank God. Oh yeah, it's a fun game, isn't it? One of the things I like about this game is, and this is a great example of it, I'm doing nothing right now. I could put I put the controller down, there's just let me just remind the team that I'm actually detected, which probably means there's a destroyer that can see us. But like there are so many moments of calm. It's not constant non-stop action. If you're playing like a fast-paced first-person shooter, which I do enjoy some of those, I like Halo and stuff, but it's incredibly tiring, you know? Like, it's incredibly mentally exhausting, and you can only play it so much. And I often like, I work from home, I often like to maybe fire up a couple of matches of this in having a break, and it's a great way to not mentally exhaust yourself and still have fun in a game. Why, thank you, I'm very well decorated. And thanks for the follow, Hunter.
Torpedoes
I appreciate it. I really genuinely do, because now I'm up to 19 followers, and I'm really looking forward to hitting 20, because then I get to unlock new like Twitch features, and I'm just pumped to start playing with some of those. There's a bunch. Oh dear, it did not go well for that Mutsu. Sunk by a Fubuki. Fubuki's a good ship. I'm concerned here. We could easily lose this. I should actually start paying attention. I've just kind of been cruising, having a good time, not really playing strategically. At this point, I mean, what's good? What should I do here? I think I'm going to keep going. No, swing left. I'm going to swing left. I'm not saying that's a good idea, but they might not expect me to do that. It gets me into a certain amount of cover. Oh, and now suddenly, it gets me back to my cruiser buddy sooner, but it may be a really bad idea. I'm going to swap to high explosive here. It is a game to relax to, right? Yeah. It can be quite chill. What I really wish I could do is, like, look down the length of my ship sometimes. I know that that's somewhat antithetical to being able to play. Hang on, let me try and get this Exeter here. Possibly. Oh, he's turning away. He's just at the edge of my range and turning away. That's not ideal. Because I sometimes want to look down my ship. I want to be like, oh yeah, I want to cruise and just look at my ship. But then the camera will move because it thinks I want to look down these guns. So like, no, I kind of want to look at my cool ship. And then the camera will move again, you know? All right, so my move at this point is to, I'm no longer visible, but I reckon he's in C or near there. I'm just going to be constantly adjusting speed and course. Well, as soon as I'm visible, they can't see me at the moment, so it's not such a concern. But I'm going to be dodging torpedoes I can't see. Ooh, which actually might be really difficult, considering he's right in front of me. It would be really great if you could die immediately, Fubuki, before you can get off some torpedoes. It would be really, really great. Thank you. I am already turning hard to port, assuming that he's launched a volley at me. He could kill me from the grave. Looks like he didn't. Looks like he was trying to line up and didn't get a chance. And that's the end. Let's see. Oh, yeah, switching ammo types. I usually don't get that commander perk because I often don't switch ammo types much in battle. I will usually, for better or for worse, I will usually stick with armor piercing and only switch to high explosive if I really feel like I'm definitely going to be engaging a destroyer in a minute. And I know that's not necessarily the best move because you can over-penetrate on cruisers and stuff, but I don't think about it too hard. I just have a good time. So I generally focus instead on like reload speed versus switching between ammo types. But yes, that is a good idea if you're playing the game properly and like really strategically choosing what ammo type you're using. Definitely a good idea. Now, I think, you know what, I'm going to take your advice on this. Doesn't really matter, but what's better for this particular ship? Better range or better speed? I would normally go with range, I think. I felt like that ship already had a decent amount of oomph in its speed. I didn't feel like I was going too slow there. I'm going to get all these upgrades anyway. Okay, speed. I'm going to go with it because I did say I would take your advice. How fast does she go? Oh, they've changed this UI. It's changed a bit. Where's to be under maneuverability? Wouldn't it? Maximum speed, 22 knots. That's all right. That's not bad. Is it? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. What should I take out here? We're nearing the end of the stream. I usually say I'm going to stream for 2 hours, and I always end up doing like 2.5 hours, and we've almost hit that now. Hey, you want to see something cool? So when I get to 20 followers, I think I unlock adverts, and so I have to have. Well, I don't have to, but you know me, I'm a perfectionist that likes playing with things. So I've got all kinds of stuff in OBS for dealing with ads. And one of the things I thought would be fun, if any of you are old enough to remember, if you look in the top right of the screen now, you see that thing? Does anyone remember this from television? I don't know if this is a global thing or just a UK thing, but when you were watching TV and they were about to go to an ad break or they were about to end the show, this thing would come on the screen. It's called a Q dot, and it's an internal thing to tell the people at the TV studio that they're queuing something up. And but we were able to see it, so I thought it'd be fun to have that thing automatically come on just before an ad. And then when the ad plays, I've actually got a thing that will like just kind of let me know. I've also got this thing that will play, if I get it playing, that will play just before the ad starts to let me know that the ad's about to start. And this, which might be a bit loud, I'm not sure how loud to make it yet. That's a very famous noise in the UK because it's the Greenwich Pips, which on BBC Radio for 100 years now have been played at the top of the hour every hour. So in the old days, if you wanted to set your watch or your clock or something at home, the internet wasn't a thing, and GPS wasn't a thing, and so on. You had to get the time from somewhere, and you got it by turning on your radio at the top of the hour, waiting for the BBC Pips, and at that last long pip, that was your cue to that was exactly top of the hour, and you could set your clocks or your watch or whatever. But yes, this is why I'm single. Because I'm into this weird stuff. Let me have a look. I've not been reading the chat, sorry. Gamer law, we're only going to play 5 minutes. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong at all. Do you unlock subscriptions at 20? Possibly, because 20 should be when I unlock affiliate, and I believe that's when I unlock monetization. So that's probably when the subscriptions thing gets unlocked as well. I don't imagine I'll get subscriptions anytime soon, because that requires someone to like me enough to want to give me money, and it's hard enough to even get an employer to like me enough to give me money, let alone a stranger on the internet. But that would be dope. Let's see, what should I pull out? What should I pull out at the end? Just to have some fun here. I don't know if other people are into doing this, but I'm going to whip out my Milwaukee here, which is a really low tier ship, but it has the advantage of just being bristling with guns pointing in every single direction, and you can just shoot and shoot and shoot and fire and fire and fire and just have a really good time. Well, if you do, I'll be pumped. I'll tell my mother. I'll be like, yo, mother dearest, I just got a sub. And she'll say, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? What's a Twitch? That would be dope though. That would. You know what I'm bad at, and I don't know if it's a social anxiety thing from just my life or what, but I'm really bad at thanking people for things. Like, I'm always super grateful about things, right? If someone does something for me, or if they give me a gift, or if they just think of me, or even if like someone like thinks of me enough to send me a message, because a lot of the time I'm the one starting a conversation with people. So when people think of me and send me a message, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice, you thought of me, and you sent me a message. But like when I'm on the spot and someone gives me a gift, it's really hard to say something that communicates my gratefulness without sounding like I'm just saying it for the sake of saying it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I almost feel embarrassed being given things. Oh God, got to have a catchy slogan. Twerks for lurks. Holler for a dollar. Jesus. Straight now. I think you've been hanging around the wrong street corners there, Hunter. It's included with Prime, so everyone who has Prime has one free subscription. Is it, you don't know if there is an OBS overlay to remind people of their Prime sub? Huh. OBS overlay. What do you mean? You mean wait? What? Yeah. What does that mean? An OBS overlay to remind people of their Prime sub. What does that mean? I have never played this map on a Milwaukee. It's always been those other like little maps. This is really bizarre. And also like, I don't know, like Izukaze, Hermes, like these are good ships. I feel scared. I'm in a freaking Milwaukee. I just wanted to start some fires and have a good time. Maybe sink a St. Louis.
Let's give them a hard time.
Yeah, this ship is cool. It's from the age of let's strap a bunch of guns around. Let's just bristle this thing with look at it, the freaking front on. Look at those guns. This guy's about to bomb me. I probably should have been dodging, but screw it. I'm still not entirely sure what you mean. Like a counter that says how many people have subscribed to me with their Prime subscription, and what would be the use of that? Or do you just mean, yeah, like a reminder that like, hey, if you have Prime, you actually have a free subscription that you're not using, and maybe you should give it to me. There is a counter. Okay, well there you go. I imagine I'll learn all this and more when this stuff unlocks, because right now there's whole entire sections of I don't like the look of those torpedo planes. There's whole entire sections of the Twitch like UI that I don't have access to because I've not unlocked it yet. I'm going to get torpedoed, which is why I'm turning hard to port here. I was hoping to dodge them, but that's not going to happen, is it? Good lord, they don't like me. All right, come on, you wee fella. Yeah, I'm going for it. Screw it. If those guys want to torpedo me, I don't know if we'd even invented torpedoes when my ship was built. Sci-fi wizardry. God, I am flooding, to be fair. Oh, those other torpedoes hit. I am screwed. Man, this usually goes way better for me. Oh, did I get him? Oh, he must have hit a repair just at the end there. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, someone's gonna get him though. Goodbye, fella. Goodbye. Oh no, are you gonna? Oh, that was a good dodge. Well done, Kohlberg. Good. You little. Oh well. Oh well. Man, this was good. I had a really good time on this stream. I was really worried. I know I keep saying this, but I was worried when I was starting out like 2-3 weeks ago. I was worried that I was going to spend a really long time streaming with 0 viewers, right? And I thought like I'm going to have to go on a million different social things just to try and get people to post on the Insta Talks and stuff, and the book faces and the MySpaces. Yeah, maybe I should set up a MySpace page for this channel. That'd be a good idea. Yeah. Is MySpace still around? That's still a thing. It was around for a while there. They tried to like rebrand as a musical hub because bands used to have their profile. Like if you were into a band, especially like a small, more local band or something, you would always go to their MySpace page and stuff. They will come if you stream. Yes, build it and they will come. I'm really curious as to who's going to win this match here. Next ship, please. I don't want to look at the aircraft carrier as attractive as this Langley actually is. That is a nice deck. There's a nice looking deck on that thing. But where's this other cruiser? What's he doing? He's getting hammered by torpedoes. Oh, come on. That was a good dodge. Good man yourself. Good man there. It's really hard to get anything done when you're having to constantly dodge torpedoes, and I don't know if he's even ever going to spot another destroyer before the end. I mean, yeah, fair play to you, but the aircraft carrier is busy trying to bomb a destroyer up near sea. I don't think you're not going to get any assistance, my friend. Yeah. I seem to be the only boat streamer who consistently speaks. Oh, now I have thoughts on this. And I mentioned this in a previous stream and then got distracted, but now that I'm not playing the game, I can talk properly about it. I think it might be... Oh, that's unfortunate. It might be a bit of the old-fashionedness in me. But when I've never really used Twitch before, right? I usually watch pre-recorded YouTube stuff. But the only live streaming stuff I've ever really been into has been Giant Bomb.
Enemy team has taken the lead.
Giant Bomb is a company, is a website about video games that is still technically going, but it's all new people now, and they've got new ownership and stuff. But about 10 years ago, and for the past decade or so, I've been watching them, and it's a website that came very much from traditional video game journalism, and that kind of traditional, like, a lot of these guys came from GameSpot in the 90s, back when you did, like, when video game reviews on websites were a very big deal, and when they would mostly do like video game preview content and stuff, but there would always be this air of professional, coming at it from an almost television standpoint, right? And hosting a show in that very television manner. And even though things have moved on, and indeed Giant Bomb kind of pioneered a lot of the early, like, they were out there doing live streams before Twitch even existed, right? They were out there pioneering this stuff straight from their own website, and it helped make them who they were, and they were very, very popular in the space. And it also helped that they were really excellent journalists. You know, Jeff Gersman, Brad Shoemaker, Ryan Davis, rest in peace, were just experts in the field, if you will. They'd been following video gaming and the inside baseball on that stuff since the early days, and they know everything about everything. You can tell I like them. But anyway, the point is that I like to try to build the way I host, like, off of their template, off of their idea of, like, okay, you're hosting a show. Sure, it's on the internet, but, like, you wouldn't host a television show and just sit there in silence. You'd get taken off the air. And also, like, if I weren't talking, people aren't coming here for some kind of pro gameplay. People aren't coming to watch me silently pwn the noobs because I'm not pwning the noobs. There are no noobs being pwned on this channel. So you come here to have a chat with people, and you come here for the personality, hopefully. So yeah, I want to be engaging. And one of the reasons I do this is to meet people and have a chat and have a good time, because I don't get to socialize enough. Oh god, it's all going poorly for you, Langley. Goodbye, Langley. It was nice knowing you. Oh, I really thought maybe she was about to survive that last volley, but no. Anyway, yes. I like talking with viewers and engaging, and the other thing is being positive and upbeat. That's just a presenting thing, right? Like, again, that's coming from the side of, like, Giant Bomb and just television presenting, where, like, the show must go on. Even if you're having a bad day, you don't want to bring that baggage in and dump it on your viewers, because they come here. Sometimes, a lot of the time, they come here to cheer up themselves, right? Like, Giant Bomb over the years have been a comfort blanket for me when I've been going through hard times, or I've just been depressed or whatever, or just sad. What's the deal? What's the deal with airline food? I'll tell you, Sammy. So I will. I'll tell you. So yeah, anyway, just to wrap up what I was just saying, you don't want to bring negativity to hosting a show, because there are people who come here for that little dose of wholesome, like, upbeat positivity and warmth, and you want to try and help them be happy, even if off screen you're not necessarily as happy. Although I am happy. I'm not faking it. So because some people, to answer your question, Sammy, because some people watch this on their phones, and because I consider the mini-map to be so important, I zoom in a little bit so I can turn it off. But it's just a little bit of a zoom to just make the mini-map that touch bigger, and it doesn't cover up any other important information on the UI. It just makes the mini-map that little bit larger. It looks weird in all of the menus, but when you're in game, you can't see that anything is weird about it, because it just zooms in on the minimap. And I do that on tanks as well, because it's so important. In fact, you know what? Why don't I do one more game just to show the difference? Just to help people who maybe wear glasses when they're looking at their phone, or they have a tiny phone or something. You know what? I want to bring out my Warspite, or maybe my Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, you know what? No, didn't mean to do that. Get down here. Queen Elizabeth. The minimap can be made larger in the settings. Can it? Hang on a minute. Can I get out of this queue? Let's have a look at the settings here. Settings. So it would probably... It's not in controls. It would be display or customization. Oh, increased HUD size. Huh. Intriguing. I don't want my entire HUD to be bigger, though. Just the minimap. Huh. I'm not going to mess with that now because it would mess with everything. But yeah, okay. That's interesting. I don't want the majority of the HUD bigger. I just want the minimap to be bigger. Yeah. And you know me. As a perfectionist, this works quite well. It does the job. It looks a bit weird in the menus, but like, who cares, right? I might try it at some point. If I tried it now, it would only make it so that chat was overlaying things, and you know. But I might try it at some point. Thankfully, I'm not that blind. I'm not too blind. Rushing through the centre of the map is a poor tactic. I beg to differ, load screen. Can't tell me what to do. It's rather jarring. You're rather jarring. I think that's a British thing, to start to gently kind of jibe and almost insult your friends. I think that was the thing. You go to America with a British friend, and there's like when you're really good friends with someone, you often look at the minimap, by the way. You often insult each other playfully, and then like an American will be like, "Why, do you hate each other?" It's like, no, we're just having fun. There you go. See the difference? It's just, it fills the safe area because the game assumes you might be running on a display that has a slight clipping area, which thankfully displays don't do anymore. God, they used to, and it was the worst. But yeah, you'll be hard pressed to find a device that has much of a safe area anymore. So it's okay for me to just zoom the minimap in. I can click. Look how fast I can click. Oh, you off, Hunter? Yeah, well, fair play to you. I'm also going after this game. I'm going to go get some lunch after this. I made some wraps the other day, and there's still plenty of wrap filling left, so I'm gonna have a wrap. Thanks again for following, Hunter, by the way. Hunter's probably already gone at this point, but man, 19. I'm at 19. Wraps with a W, tortilla wraps. I got some chicken thighs, boneless and skinless, so I don't have to put the effort in myself. Got some smoked paprika, the good Spanish stuff. If you've not tried smoked paprika, try smoked paprika. It's so good. Make something called shakshuka. That's a really easy dish to make. It's made in a just like a deep dish frying pan with tomatoes and like poached eggs and like feta cheese and stuff. You dip bread in it. You dip like crusty bread in. It's a great like breakfast thing. It's really easy to make, really quick and easy to make, delicious. The smoked paprika really makes that. But yeah, I made some wraps. You know, put the chicken in some smoked paprika for a little while, then air fried it and mixed in some onion and mushroom and some iceberg lettuce and some like fresh chopped tomatoes, a little bit of mayo to hold it all together, and then just pop that in the wraps. And it's good hot or cold. So I had it hot when I made it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I'm still eating it. I just make a wrap with that. Oh, I'm sorry, Hunter. That was me on yesterday's stream. Someone brought up food yesterday. They said they were going to go, and I was starving by the end of that stream. My stomach was gurgling. Oh, and these guys really don't want me to shoot them, do they? I mean, I could hit the Arizona, I guess. DJ ObiKind on the 1-2. I wish I was fast enough to be able to come up with cool. You know how some people, like rappers, for example, are just able to on the fly come up with lyrics as they're saying them, so fast, so clever. I'm not fast in that way. I couldn't even do stand-up comedy. What's it called? Improv. I couldn't do improv. I'm not liking the idea of continuing on my present course. like this guy is doing. This guy is getting the crap kicked out of him, and once he's dead, I'm going to get the crap kicked out of me. There are 2 battleships and 2 cruisers around this corner. And I'm not really able to engage any of them yet until I get there. What if I hung real tight on the edge here? Like real tight, and I came out right in front of them like a madman, like a crazy person. That said, they're probably going to range around the corner before I have a chance. What if I really tightened it up here and then swung around to the left? Because yeah, the Renown is done for. I'm going to just send an SOS just so that people know I am royally screwed. Hello there, Nagato. Ah, hello there. See ya, Hunter. Alright, at least I hit his citadel. It's not going to end well for me. I'm done for. I mean, I could swing around this way and try to stay away from the enemy. The Queen Elizabeth is reasonably brawly. And she's maneuverable, and she's reasonably fast as well, or at least I feel like she is. Why are you leaving, Nagato? Come back. Where are you going? Come on back. Come fight me. I think she's noticed my game. I'm concerned about this Baleares trying to come around the corner here. Really looks like she's lining up for a torpedo hit on me because she thinks I'm coming in this direction. Because I was, but now I'm going to turn back again. I don't want to get torpedoed. I'm having too good of a time. Oh, different Baleares. I was like, did you just sink the Baleares? No, different Baleares. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Keep firing on the Nagato, and... it's probably a really bad idea, though. It's a really bad idea. Especially if they start shooting at me. Don't do that. Don't fire on me, guys. Alright, let me slow down a little bit here. Because I want to get at least one volley off with some of these rear guns. Is that my rear guns that are reloading? This is not a bad spot to be in now, you know? It's not the best, especially if they decide to come around the corner. Come on. I'm not moving fast enough. Am I going to be able to get a volley off? I think she might be there. That's a wild guess. No, I mostly just took out that freaking... I'm not going to be able to turn, am I? Fast enough. I want to bring my guns round to the starboard side and just... but this cruiser might want to torpedo me. But even if she does, if I'm pulling my way around to face her, at least she'll hit me with fewer torpedoes. I'm again just going to let the team know that I'm in a bad way here. None of my guns are where I want them to be. Maybe I can ram someone. Hello. Yeah, this guy wants to torpedo me. And he will. Oh, it's all over for me. See, that's why I was lining up in this direction. I don't really want to. Do you reckon he's got a second volley up his sleeve? I reckon he does. Coming alongside me like this? Yeah, there it is. That's why I began turning left. Alright, so 2 of them hit. 2 of them hit. That's not so bad. Oh, the Nagato finished me off. Such a shame. Such a shame. Ah. Well, this has been a really great stream. But we are 3 hours in practically now, and you got to rest your voice, right? I will be back, if not sooner, probably at the earliest. It will be Tuesday. It will be next Tuesday because I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It will be next Tuesday at 10 a.m. UK time. It's now 2 p.m. UK time to give you an idea of when that's going to be. So let's just play the outro here, and then we can all go and lie down in a dark room. Thank you so much for coming, genuinely, and thank you for chatting. It really, it is a huge boost to my day. I go away and I'm happy for the rest of the day after these things. It's great. It's like free therapy. Thank you, and good night.